Welcome to World Class Bullshitters, the epitome of pop culture. I'm your host, Jeff Hicks, and with me tonight is the one, the only, Dion Green.
Baby, boys and girls, children of all ages, the sign of a good wingman and best partner in crime is sometimes he asks you for some freaky shit, and you just gotta bite the bullet. Better than biting the dick.
I am your best friend. You're my best friend. I am uncomfortable by that statement. Anyway. Moving on, that man chuckling in the background is the last standing Simone, Big Rig Nick Uterium.
I have a question about that. Is the best friend wingman doing the freaky shit, or is he asking you to do what is? I need more details, sir.
I don't.
No, it's not that type of shit. No, that's not what I meant. No, not like that. No, man, that's not what I meant, man. No.
Buffalo, I get it. People from there don't do that shit.
Yeah, I'm from Buffalo, baby.
And finally, American Ramrod, Kendo Slice.
Today I learned that there are the Legend of Zelda mangas, and now I have to have them. And I'm not even a fan of that genre.
Ooh.
Dude, I have read through the Ocarina of Time little manga books, most of them. And then, did you ever get Nintendo Power as a kid?
Yeah, occasionally.
They used to drop Legend of Zelda comics in Nintendo Power. So if you're interested in reading those, I'll find links and drop them your way too. Because I don't know if those were ever published in a book.
Cool. But yeah, I saw that today. It's like Zelda exists in manga form. You can get the entire Ocarina of Time and other games in manga form. I'm like, holy shit. I don't even collect manga, never read manga, but now I have to have that manga. Just that one.
Dude, just all the Zelda? You gonna do all the Zelda or just the specific game?
Oh, all of them. I have to at that point. I mean, you can't just say, "Oh, there's one of every game," but which one is the only one you're going to pick? It's like, fuck, I got to read them all now.
Yeah. You know what though? It's like with any kind of comic. For the most part, you're gonna have a good time with the story. So just brace yourself for fun, Kendo. So,
no, it's Legend of Zelda related. You know how I'm a whore for that stuff.
I don't know if I've ever told the story on the air, but Zelda's very important to me and my family too, because every day that my mom was pregnant with me, her and my dad would play the original Legend of Zelda on the Nintendo, and they would try to figure out all the puzzles and the secrets and the dungeons, and they never beat it. So when I beat Ocarina of Time like 10 years later, my mom got all emotional because it's like I completed his quest.
There you go.
Wow, that's actually really good story.
Man, you hit me in my feels.
Wow, yeah, that is, dude. Yeah, starting off.
We got their family over here. We be completing our father's quest and shit, dog. Listen, we ride together, we die together, boys. Virtual hug.
Look, I get it. I know I wasn't named after Zelda like Robin Williams' daughter, and everyone's all about that story. But hey, I got my own Zelda story too. That's why I buy those games almost every time they come out. Sorry, Link to the remake.
That may be very true, that you may not be the Zelda of Robin Williams Zelda. But I will say that I had the same emotional response to that fucking story you just told.
Yeah, I know. I was like, whoa.
That commercial where they have like all the flashback for shit. And, and then Robin Williams goes, and she goes, "Hey, Dad, you okay?" He goes, "Yeah, Zelda, I'm fine." Like that, that's on the same level. So like, I feel like we already best friends. But now I feel like now we are emotional because you have shared something with me. And I appreciate you sharing things with me. And I'm just saying, man, you hit me in my feels tonight, dog. You hit me in my feels tonight.
Dude, if you just want to start the show off with a couple of man tears, it's 2020. It's a weird week. The asteroid near us. We all thought we were going to be dead anyway. So, fuck it.
Yeah. Apparently that asteroid didn't skip off the atmosphere or land in, Kazakhstan, so we're fine.
Yeah, we're Borat 2. Cool place.
False reporting from Nick.
It wasn't false reporting. I reported it. I said it might, not it's going to. It might.
So you're about as useful as NASA was in the movie Armageddon, then. Oh fuck!
Correct.
We have 11 days to get this thing.
Oh fuck! We gotta hurry.
Dion, I don't know if that's actually
space.
Is that an insult though? Because they saved the planet.
I think
no. What saved the planet was oil miners sent up there. That's what saved the planet. So not really NASA.
That's a situation for NASA where they get credit. But it's kind of like the same credit you get like when you fucked up and you just happen to help solve it. Like, again, and Armageddon gets made fun of. Beat that horse. It's hilarious. But the fact that NASA, whose job is to watch space, just all of a sudden lost an asteroid until it was 11 days away, and Eddie Griffin almost got killed with a fat guy in New York. Come on, Billy Bob. You expect me to believe that shit? Come on.
When are we just gonna sit down, stop bullshitting, and watch Armageddon drunk together?
Oh my god.
Next month.
Yeah, that might happen. I mean, in reality, NASA can still talk to like Voyager 1, like it's at the edge of fucking space right now. They got messages back and forth with that thing. So
hey, listen, they've been playing with fire. We all remember Star Trek: The Motion Fucking Picture.
Oh shit, you're right.
It's gonna go. God damn it, get Voyager back. Let's fucking calm down. Get Voyager back. Because it's gonna get out there, catch an attitude with those ghetto aliens, and then come back talking all tough. We might not have a sexy William Shatner and the dad from Seventh Heaven pre-pedophilia to fucking save us. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be careful with that.
Pretty sure we can't get the Voyager back at this point.
Well, I'm hoping Dion 47 will help us out in that aspect.
Hey, if there's a bald white woman involved, a fine bald white woman. My great-great-grandson damn sure is going to do what he can to save the planet. Like, oh, snap, there's a fine bald white woman from another planet with a fucking diamond in her chest. Let's do this shit.
Dion Tiberius Green.
Dude, you should legally change your middle name to Tiberius and then change D2s to keep up the numbering. Yep. But come on, Tiberius is the perfect middle name for you, dude.
We might have to do that.
Oh my god.
Look at folks in the chat. Until Dion acquiesces and changes his middle name to Tiberius, every week in the show, I would like to see the initials DTG show up in the stream because I'm going to call you DTG until you do this.
Yes. Also, folks in the chat, if you could get us copies of official name change forms for the state of Michigan and just send them to Dion, that would help as well because that'll motivate him to do it. And we'll raise the money for whatever the fees are to do so.
That'll be the second tattoo after the Dark Fate tattoo. It's just JTG vertically, and then when you spell it out horizontally, it's Dion Tiberius Green. Also, a close cousin of a famous wrestler, JTG, Brooklyn.
It's also high.
Yeah, can we? I'm hoping your long, your great grandson is the captain of a spaceship at that point.
Yep.
DTG.
He's just out there looking for DTG the fourth is just looking for that one space fine MILF to just make his heart complete.
Yep. A couple of things. First off, I'm about to say something that's going to annoy you, but people in the chat are politely asking you to speak up.
Listen, all y'all is liars. Listen, all y'all liars. I am convinced not only is this a conspiracy with the Dark Fate thing, now this conspiracy is, we'll just say that we can't hear Dion in the microphone. I'm telling you right now, I'm onto it. So not only is QAnon trying to fuck up the country, they're trying to fuck up my podcast. Goddamn.
Dion, think of it like this. The fact that people want to hear your voice so much should make you feel good. So you know what? It might be an inconvenience sometimes to get the mic set up, but there are hundreds of thousands, almost 200,000 people out there that give a shit about your voice. So
that counts as plural. That counts as plural.
That's his. By the way,
probably some Lena Dunham looking motherfucker out there, naked in her bed, just feeling herself to the sound of Dion's sultry.
Okay, all right. I just ate. Calm down. All right, I just ate. Calm the fuck down. All right.
Are you?
I will yak on this podcast. I swear to God.
I've done it before.
Out my resignation paper as we speak.
I'll take the points. I mean, that's not an insult. That kind of feels like that's a fun Wednesday night for me. I'm just saying.
Well, sorry, it's Thursday. So you have to wait a whole week, but
was
still.
Supposed to be complimentary for Dion and miserable for everyone else.
Yeah.
God. Calm down, Dr. Ruth. Calm down.
I always thought of her more as a Dr. Joyce Brothers, but hey, he says, "Calm down, Dr. Ruth," talking to you, and I said, "I always saw you more as a Dr. Joyce Brothers." So. So, folks, tonight we have a lot to cover, and I'm not using that as some kind of like fluffy thing to get you excited. Let me tell you some of the topics we're going to cover tonight because there's a lot to cover. First off, we're going to, again, because he's a legend, we're going to pay another tribute to Sean Connery for just a moment. We have a couple moments in history today. We want to give a brief talking to about our Halloween party. Yes, we're going to give a stern talking to our Halloween party because it did something wrong. We also have Amber Turd stuff to talk about. Lego Holiday Star Wars special shit's coming out, as well as Mandalorian, Ben Shapiro, And a couple other things, including a black female 007. It finally happened, folks. The bullshit that we've been fighting against finally happened, and guess what? No one cares because they dropped the ball. So just keep watching on that. But first off, we do have a show to do the way we always do. So let's talk about Patreon for just a moment. So first off, I want to give a special shout out to our buddy Paul over there because we had a technical error, aka it was subconsciously me trying to protect all of you, because he told me today we had uploaded our Rob Zombie Who's Your Halloween special 2, and I uploaded, everything was fine.
Ugh.
And then he goes, you can't watch it. And I almost responded to him, Paul, it's your benefit that you can't watch it. But he is a patron, and I wanted to make sure that was right. So folks, if you're morbidly interested in watching us have the worst experience ever with a film, is it Tales from the Hood too bad?
Yes.
Worse.
Wait, hold on. Was the technical mess up my fault?
No, me.
Yes.
I didn't.
Okay.
When you go into Vimeo, dude, and you put
Kendall, yes, it is.
Okay.
where you look to embed it on Vimeo,
It's always
you have to
Nick's
give
fault.
specific URLs. And I gave our Subscribe Star URL, but I didn't give our Patreon URL. So it all uploaded,
Gotcha.
but then it just said cannot click or cannot watch due to security. So I had to do is fix it. But no, don't.
Okay, all right. I was making sure. I was just like, did I mess up on the video? Because I did it at like 4 a.m. That's why.
Dude, you are sterling. Do not worry.
Okay.
Our friend Diego Flores sends in a super chat that says, Dion, Tiberius is a rocking name. Imagine telling that name in a deep voice. I am mother-loving Tiberius Green.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
It's Diego Flores.
No. It should be. It should be. I am my black ass Tiberius Green.
My black ass? No. Kid's only going to be mixed. My black ass green.
It's only gonna be mixed.
That sounds like a really My Black Ass Green sounds like a really great novel, like something that would have come out in like the early 1900s about like coming from the south to the north or
Like
something.
It's some weird, like tale of surviving, like parents, slaves, and like reclaiming.
It's like the Kmart version of Uncle Tom's Cabin, something like that. I don't know. Anyway, let's give a quick shout out to our friend Nick over on Patreon. He upped his pledge, so thank you, Nick, for joining the video tier. Folks, all of the Schlocktoberfest content was released at the $5 level, and it was some stuff. I actually want to go back and do a little more because I never got to do my scary stories to tell in the dark rereading. So I did one on the Halloween party, very drunk, but I'd like to do one properly with the guys. So if you're interested in that, just let us know. And TLJ Screwjob also says Dion Tiberius Dark Fate Green.
That's accurate.
Thank you, Grimjoy. Says you guys are some of the best entertainment around. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey man,
Grimjoy.
we 2020 is a messed up year. We're just trying to make sure you can at least laugh through it a little bit,
Yeah. And now, folks, I will be reading all the super chats. They were just kind of topical, so I had ones that I wanted to address because I pregame for Jesse's stream, which we'll put the link in the chat in a moment. A lot of times I don't really remember stuff that's going on towards the end of the show. So, we got AJ Journeyman here too, so it's gonna be a fun night. So, you guys ready to start?
I believe so.
Yes.
Let's do it.
So I'm going to put an image on screen. It's going to be sad for some people. We did talk about Sean Connery the other day, but I was on the High Council. There were certain things we wanted to talk about, but because of just everyone was so excited, we never got to cover a lot of topics. So there was a lot that was missed. Now, in terms of the Sean Connery stuff, I feel like we did give him the proper respect on the Halloween show. But again, it was more along the lines of, hey, this is our Halloween show. We're ready to fucking party. Sorry, Sean Connery, that he passed away type of thing. So I wanted to just take another moment because especially with the news of James Bond today, so they essentially killed off the franchise. So let's just, take a moment to talk about the dude who essentially built the franchise, Sean Connery. So, Dion, I was stupid drunk the other night, and I don't really remember much, but did you still stick with Thunderball as your favorite Connery Bond flick?
Absolutely.
Cool. So you're a man of conviction. I respect that.
Damn right.
Kendo, what was yours again?
From Russia with the Love Bone.
And Nick?
Goldfinger.
All excellent films across the board. I'm going to throw From Russia with Love in there, but if I can't because Kendo picked it, I can go Dr. No. I love Dr. No quite a bit. I think the early Bond is very subdued, but it's very good. So thank you, Joseph Bianowitz. He says, my black ass, Dion Green. DTG. But yeah, I know there isn't really much left to say. The dude lived to be 90. He got to be, and he died in his sleep, which was the best way to go. He was 90. He got to be James Bond, Indiana Jones's dad. He got to be a dragon. He got to be everything. I mean, he's the definition of a movie star. And, tons of people loved him across the board. I got a Sean Connery doll. Yes, a doll as James Bond. I'm not embarrassed by it. I had it since I was in grade school. And
They're called action figures, okay, man. They're called action figures, all right?
I am confident enough in my collector's masculinity that I can call a doll a doll, okay?
Okay, all right.
But dude, there's so much fun stuff. I'm actually gonna pull it up real quick to show people how far the stuff has come. But yeah, the dude was, like I said, the definition of a movie star. For decades and decades and decades, his name held weight. People cared about his quality or his work until he retired. And unlike a lot of actors, he did retire. Somebody like a Philip Seymour Hoffman passed away. Yes, it was a different situation, but overall, he was still acting. Some would argue he was still in his prime. Connery had retired and rode off into the sunset, and used to see those really funny pictures of him out in public because he was like always. He's an old man, so he's just like an old man. But in my mind, he's still James Bond. So I'm like, man, James Bond really stopped caring about his style. So
I don't know. When you live, I guess when you live in this castle in Scotland, you just don't give a shit anymore.
Say that again, Nick.
I said when you live in a castle in Scotland, you don't give a shit anymore.
That's true. You have one life.
Yeah.
Do I have a rare picture of Sean Connery signed by Roger Moore? Do you, AJ Journeyman? I'd be very jealous.
That'd be hilarious. That'd be kind of hilarious.
Good reference.
I would say this is Sean Connery and Harrison Ford, and no connection to Last Crusade. Those are two actors that, well, obviously Sean Connery's passed away, but I would pay for posthumous autographs and pay a premium because I like them that much. Like, what else can you get from those actors? You know, like we kidnapped one of them, but we won't talk about that.
Right.
By the way, folks, I'm going to be setting up an email mailing list coming up for probably Tuesday. We have a Fandom Menace special project thing that I've been talking about for a while. I keep hinting at it. We've gone. I've collaborated with another artist, something really fucking cool that involves a lot of your favorite YouTubers out there. Dare I say, all of your favorite YouTubers. And it's an event. It's something really cool. And I will have the email address up for people, and we will be talking about that real soon. But I don't want to show you guys something that is not ready. So there's that Sean Connery doll I had, Nick, as a kid. It looks like him enough.
Dude, that's awesome, man. Yeah.
I think I'll bring that back home for Christmas.
Oh, definitely.
So now today, is there anything else you guys want to say about Sean Connery? I don't want to, I kind of want to close the book on the Sean Connery memorial, but it meant a lot. When Roger Moore passed away, I remember I was working on videos in its baby stages. I was like, no, James Bond. And then this one, I'll admit, we have, the stuff going on in the world, Halloween, all the other stuff with our channel. So I didn't have time to really think about it, but a couple of days it really processed. So that's why I wanted to pull it back again and just do one more, hey, rest in peace, Sean Connery type of thing. So now we have two more pieces of James Bond news for today. First off, the first one's good, guys.
Okay, all right.
Hold on, let me actually get a better picture because we need a larger picture of this person. So, guys, how do we feel about the film Goldeneye?
We love it.
Love it, yeah.
Love it.
Okay, cool. Then we're going to celebrate the birthday of one Famke Janssen, a.k.a. Xenia Onatopp.
Oh, man.
That was a good squeeze.
Yeah, my favorite line of the
Thank you for that,
Kindle. But yeah, yes, today is Famke Janssen's birthday. And I first saw her in Goldeneye, obviously. Changed my life, especially with her thighs. But she's been a pretty consistent actress across the board. She's never been like the top of the A-list, but she's never really sucked, if that makes sense.
No, true.
Definitely makes sense.
Cadis82, thank you for your super chat. I like this one a lot. He says, even though he was phoning it in, I really like You Only Live Twice. I'm glad you brought that up because I'm one of the people that I will, pay the proper respect to someone that has passed away, but I'm also not going to all of a sudden love everything they've ever done. So I don't like You Only Live Twice, but I'm glad I'm glad you notice he's phoning it in too, because, Sean Connery got screwed over financially by the Broccolis and the Saltzmans on that early contract deal, and they did resolve it by by Diamonds Are Forever. Everyone split happy, but. He definitely was phoning that in. He didn't look great. He wasn't really trying. The stunt doubles were very obvious. The Japanese subplot, the country's awesome, but turning James Bond Japanese? How dumb is that?
They should have that song play while they were doing the whole sequence. You know, would have made more sense.
I don't think that song existed yet.
I think you're right. I'm way off.
So a very happy birthday to you, Famke Janssen. But no,
Swing.
yeah. Do you guys like You Only Live Twice? I don't personally.
I like it because
Not a fan of Yul.
Yeah, it's so bad. It's good, but yeah, I like You Only Live Twice.
And then our friend Joseph Bienowitz says there can be only one. Hail to Sir Sean Connery.
Damn right.
Yep.
Where does Highlander fit in your favorite Sean Connery films, and what is your favorite non-Bond Sean Connery film?
I mean, Highlander is as far as cult favorite. It's high up there. He's just so over the top. Plus, how can you not laugh at the fact that his character is the Spaniard and he has a fucking Scottish accent? I mean, that doesn't stop being funny ever. But I think if I'm gonna say my favorite non-James Bond film with Sean Connery, it's fucking easily Zardoz. I mean, I'm Team Zardoz till I fucking die.
Over Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
God damn,
yes,
dude.
yes, because
Oh my god,
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade is a great movie. It's a damn near perfect film, but Zardoz is a goddamn emotional experience that everyone should have going into adulthood.
Were you dropping acid when you watched it? What happened, dude? Jeez.
It sure as hell felt like it, didn't it?
A little bit, yeah.
What about you, Nick? Favorite non-Bond role?
The Rock. Because I mean, I watched him as a kid, as James Bond, burned some tapes from my uncle and everything, and really just enjoying it, getting into it. And then I saw him in that commercial as a kid, and I begged my mom to take me to see the movie, and I'm glad I did because it was a crazy, awesome movie.
You must never hesitate.
What about you, Kendo?
Mm-hmm. Mine's The Rock as well. That movie's just fantastic. I mean, while Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade is an amazing movie and I love it, I'll never say anything bad about it. It doesn't have Nicolas Cage in it. That's like its only drawback.
For once.
So,
also Tony Todd, Ed Harris, and a couple other people as well.
Oh yeah, it is a great cast.
Yeah.
it does.
Mine's obvious. Last Crusade, love that movie. But those are all great movies. There are very few Sean Connery movies outside of Zardoz that you can go wrong with. So,
Sorry, just saying.
Our friend Rolf Mutzenberg says, Mutzelberg says, Zardoz speaks to you. And by the way, I just want to give this guy Rolf a moment of respect because he has Fire Marshal Bill. I believe that's
yeah. That's animated Fire Marshal Bill.
It's Fire Marshal Bill.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Did you? Okay, those stupid pictures that pop up and say I was this many days or years old when I learned this.
Yeah.
So I was 3 days ago old when I learned that he plays Fire Marshal Bill in the background of Liar Liar.
Nice.
Son of a bitch.
Didn't even know that.
I can give you a really quick anecdote too about young Kendo if you want and Fire Marshal Bill. It'll take just a second.
Sure.
Okay, so when I was a kid, I belonged to a youth organization. It was like an offshoot of a grown-up thing or whatever. It was for the kids. And they would do a workshop each year for the kids to get together and everything. And they would do skits. And one of the guys I knew wrote a skit, and it was a talk show, supposed to be a talk show, like a Tonight Show thing. And one of the characters was supposed to be Fire Marshal Bill. Now, I didn't realize that it was supposed to be a serious thing. I read that. I'm 12 or 13. I'm like, oh, sweet. I get to play Fire Marshal Bill from In Living Color. That's the role I played for that skit, and everybody was horrified.
Oh my god! Where is the tape? I need to see it.
Because he just named it Fire Marshal Bill as a generic thing, and it was supposed to be teaching about why you shouldn't litter or leave fires unattended in Missouri's Missouri State Forests and things like that.
Oh my god!
I played Fire Marshal Bill from In Living Color in that sketch, and needless to say, the small percentage of the parents were actually entertained because they got it.
Oh,
the
my
rest
God.
thought I had some kind of disability.
and that's why Kendo rode the short bus for about 5 years.
Joke's on you. Still rides to work every day.
Oh my god!
That skit, for some reason, it was funny, but Fire Marshal Bill used to scare the shit out of me because
he was burnt.
Yeah, he looks fucking crazy.
Yeah.
As a kid, I was like,
He was all
Christ.
fucked up.
You know what I realized about growing up in the 90s? some of the funniest shit was also some of the scariest shit.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
get out. There was like a slight darkness to SNL and in Living Color. A lot of the shit on Fox was dark. While he was still alive, Sam Kinnison's humor was dark. Like everything was kind of dark in the early '90s. I don't know if it was that post wall coming down or what, but
the '90s were kind of a weird dark era as well. So it's kind of like the weird things happened, and so that's why it was that way. But I did like the edginess, and I'm glad we got it when we were that age and we got to see those things, because now everything's censored to shit. Kids can't move without being in bubble wrap now, and it's just retarded.
Yeah, I love how we go off on tangents on this show. Oh my god, this is going to be a fucking comic book one day. Kendo, the Short Bus Commando.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Fine.
Oh my god.
As long as I get the very first copy off the press, I'm fine.
I'm going to draw it directly on your hand. You'll have the only copy off the press.
All right.
Oh, I'm just joking with you. So today's a very special day. We're going to be talking about it throughout the show. Dion, Nick,
Yes.
Kendo, were you guys aware that on this date, well, that's the wrong thing, sorry. On this date in 2001, The Rock defeats Chris Jericho to win the WCW Championship on Raw. That
I
is
was
the
not
whole
aware of that.
show, folks.
I was unaware of that as well.
I actually was aware because I remember watching this vividly as a kid. It was a damn fine match. Dion, do you remember their title match? We just watched it around New Year's.
Goddamn, yes, I 100%. It's one of my favorite matches, both that and the one in which Jericho won the WCW Championship.
Yeah. But I know a lot of people today want to talk about Back to the Future and some stuff. We'll talk about that a little closer to the end of the show because it's a fun way to close out a topic. And something that'll make us all happy. So would you like to talk about stuff that'll make you unhappy, Dion, Nick, and Kendo?
No, but we do it for the people.
Why not?
Well, okay. I'm going to show you something. It's probably going to make you violently ill, folks in the chat. I don't know if YouTube will allow it up here, but I'm going to risk the entire channel on this.
Oh, God.
And now, we were away for a week, and this piece of news dropped. We didn't talk about it. I haven't heard anyone talk about it. But you guys ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys ready for the great news?
As long as it's not some weird tape that
Sure.
became public or something.
Daniel Kaluuya to explore a
Bernie.
dark, grittier side of Barney the Dinosaur for an upcoming live-action remake.
What?
What? Grittier? Did you say
How
grittier?
does that work?
What was it? An origin story when his
Barney
parents
gonna be
were
doing
murdered by a
Mac before the
stegosaurus?
show?
I hate Stegosauruses. I hate them.
Swear to me, I'm Barney. Is that how that's gonna go?
This better be ironic.
The only origin story I want to see is Death to Smoochie with Robin Williams and Edward Norton. Okay,
Yeah, it was, and it was fantastic. That was a great movie.
It was fantastic.
We're the only
The best part of the movie is when he's. I was gonna say the best part of the movie is when Robin Williams is being dragged out of the whatever it is, and he's screaming and yelling, "Somebody touch my ass!" and he gets hit with an egg and starts screaming, "I've been shot!" Yeah. I've been shot.
Oh God.
So, no, hold on. There's more to the story. Let me just tell you the story.
There
We'll
can't
move
be
on.
more. What are you talking about?
The upcoming... Sorry, I see Barney versus My Black Ass, and I'm really excited. The upcoming Barney the
Hey, there we go.
action film may be more suitable for adult audiences. Daniel Kaluuya, who is planning to produce the project with Mattel Films, has a unique, edgier vision of the beloved children's television icon in mind. When first announced, the Queen and Slim Star said he wanted to explore Barney as a modern-day hero who disappeared that was misunderstood. He also wanted to see if Barney's message of "I love you, you love me" could still stand the test of time. In a new interview with Entertainment Weekly, the 31-year-old British actor who also starred in Get Out shared ideas how his live-action Barney would have a darker, grittier storyline.
Oh,
Barney?
God damn it! You know what? Just go ahead and make the Hungry Hippo movie instead. Just go do that. Go fucking do that.
Just Joe 75. I don't make up shit to put on our channel, so no, I am not making this up. You guys can check out the New York Daily News, or you can just Google Barney the Dinosaur, see Get Out next to him, and know, oh shit, this is a real story. But yeah, this is something from an interview with Entertainment Weekly. So when I see Entertainment Weekly or specific articles or specific publications of entertainment, I instantly go, this is reputable. Because there's so many places out there that make up rumors, that wait on shit, that just make up crap out of the blue. And Entertainment Weekly doesn't tend to. Yeah, they have political slants. You can talk about that. That's a different conversation to have, though. But no, I'm sorry that I can't be making this up. And we have Barney the Nuclear Saurus Reeks, who goes, well, that's it. Call my lawyer.
Yes, do that right now, please.
So let's see. I thought that was a really heartbreaking. Okay, Barney, hold on. I'm gonna mute myself. Here comes the police.
Well, you know,
What'd you do, Jeff?
I just want to see this new gritty reboot of Barney, the Jurassic Avenger.
The Jurassic Avenger.
He's the one. Jeff's the one that threw the egg at Rainbow fucking Randolph, and now they finally got him 18 years later for the assault.
Dude, you want to hear the scariest part though? Is all the fucking helicopters that have been flying over lately.
Really?
Like
wow.
whoa.
Yeah. When there's a helicopter in LA, it's one of two things. Well, no, it's never one of two things. It's always one thing. They're always chasing somebody. Yeah.
Well, there's been. I'm not gonna. Never mind. We'll talk about that off air. I don't want to get into that rabbit hole. But there's been a lot of shit going on. Yeah, stuff's been boarded up the day of. So it's just been a weird couple of days, but not like bad. It's not dangerous where I am right now. But
Gotcha.
it's bullshit. Anyway, though, yeah, I don't know why, but Barney the remake is probably the worst idea. Can you guys think of a shittier kids show from when we were growing up to remake?
No.
Gummy Bears, the remake.
Or like the only thing that would be close to being worse would be like Blue's Clues or some shit, but they're not that crazy to make Blue's Clues a fucking gritty reboot. What direction? Because that description you read is nothing but fucking word salad. Like what? How the fuck does gritty and I love you, you love me fit today? How the fuck does those two things go together? Spoiler alert: they don't. Exactly.
So real quick, I pulled.
Yeah, I mean, at what point was this guy sitting around watching Barney or saw Barney figure or something? Was like, you know what? I think this needs to be remade as an adult thing, and it needs to be gritty. It's like, really, that's where that's the conclusions we're drawing these days.
Well, they did a Banana Splits movie recently in the last couple of years. That's like, you know, that's supposed to be like, you know, they're murderous robots or something underneath those costumes, and they were killing people at like, you know,
didn't that flop miserably?
Yeah, I watched it. It was bad. It wasn't even fun. Like, it was just bad.
I think deep down, Nick, you're hoping for a great film that's essentially Scooby-Doo. And deeper down, you're hoping for a great Scooby-Doo film. But until you get that, sir, you're just going to be like, almost scratches that itch. It's too much like Scrappy-Doo.
I saw a really good Scooby-Doo film on OnlyFans. I'm happy.
There we go.
Fuck it. I'll go down this rabbit hole for a minute. There's one from a couple years ago that's actually funny to watch as well as, you know, entertaining for those reasons. So... Yeah. The Bobby Starr one, if you're curious. Anyway. Big Joe says, check out the video of Barney Sink to Big Papa. Big Joe, thank you very much for Super Chat.
Oh my God.
That, sir, is legendary. I love making fun of things I hate, aka Barney. Now, we brought up briefly, though, like the worst shows of the 90s. IMDb had this list, top 20 worst animated series from the 90s. Not going to spend a lot of time on this, but tell me, I'm going to read them, and you guys stop me when there's a good film to be made. Ready?
Yes.
The Brothers Grunt.
Don't know it.
Mega Babies.
Kind of.
This is I'm going to go back and say God, the Devil, and Bob. I would watch this film. Or if they just remade the show. It's really fun.
The God, the Devil, and Bob sounds like it's almost Constantine, but with like Bill Murray, with Bill Murray in it somewhere.
Well, the cast is Alan Cumming, James Garner, French Stewart, Laurie Metcalf. So even if you want to make fun of French Stewart, those are four names that actually...
Yeah, exactly. So,
yeah. The Brothers Club, Mona the Vampire, My Little Ponytails, Fat Dog Mendoza. Never heard of most of these shows. Madeline, they already made a movie. You couldn't make a live-action version of Dumb and Dumber based off the cartoon, could you?
No.
You shouldn't.
No, you shouldn't.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, the same thing. Can't do it. Rocket Power, no. Mike Lewinog. I remember that show. I didn't really like it. Tex Avery wouldn't work. Doug. Maybe.
No.
Wait. How is Doug on the list of the worst 90s cartoons? Holy shit.
Well, I forgot that was the list. That can't be right.
Well, because Disney got like the last season or two, and that's why.
Disney's Doug sucks ass.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. It does. It really does.
Look at both Nickelodeon and Disney themselves separate which version of Doug you'll be getting. So.
Well, speaking of porn parodies, I do remember seeing one of Doug. So I mean, that's since we're sharing, keep that trend going.
Yeah, I saw that one too.
Patty, hit my mayonnaise. And then I don't.
That's why they call you Skeeter.
God damn it! Why?
Dude,
That's fucking gold. But Dad, why?
I'm waiting for the scene between Doug's mom and Mr. Dink. That's the whole thing.
Ooh.
Now, are they going to do the body paint? Because those people are blue. So, like, well, they will, because when Chyna played She-Hulk in the porn parody of the Avengers,
Oh god,
green ass. So
that's
true.
true.
Yeah,
That's true.
Woodrocket.com always paints them up, so don't worry.
okay, so let me finish this with Sailor Moon. I don't know. Cow and Chicken. Wild Thornberries. No, but how is Pink? Oh, never mind. I can't read. I saw Pinky in the Brain. I was like, how is that?
Dude, yeah.
It's Pinky Elmira in the Brain.
Because they put Elmira in it, fucking ruined it.
Yeah, she's.
God.
I loved Pinky and the Brain as a kid. The second they put Elmira on the show, I was out.
You and 75% of their fucking viewers.
Kano's kid. I'm done.
Yeah, it was like,
I'm done.
this plotline makes absolutely no sense. I'm done. Yeah, that's kind of how it was.
Ned418 says, "Are they on crack?" Yes, sir, they are.
No, this is the well. I mean, yeah, it is Hollywood. They are bankrupt with ideas, and this is where they go to. You know, they're like, oh yeah, that property's dead. We can probably buy it for $1, and then make it into something cool or weird or whatever, and just make a little bit of money on it. Why not?
Ninja Lair C says Paw Patrol would be the worst as a gritty drama. Dion is the only member of the bullshitters who has seen a good chunk of Paw Patrol, because you're a father, so I'm not going to make fun of you for having bad taste. This isn't Dark Fate after all. But as a good father, a great father actually, you have watched that show way more than you want, and I've watched you watch that show because you love that kid so much and you will do anything for him. But the pain behind your eyes,
dude, fucking Paw Patrol. Not only is it just not a great show, but I've been hit with the unmistakable wave of young toddler shit as he filled his pants while watching an episode because he got so excited. Just hot, hammy shit. And I was like, you know what? This is the sensation.
You still use the phrase "the ham shits."
Yeah, dude.
You said that, I was like, what, six years ago? Like,
yep. I'm telling. I just said I ain't gonna forget it, and sure enough, man. Every time I hear that theme song, I'm like, "Up, ham shits." God damn it! This is my life now. This is my future,
dude. Since Alright Japan, I love this Zoobly Zoo only with real furries.
Oh,
that's nightmare fuel. That is nightmare fuel. 100% nightmare fuel.
No, Dion. Nightmare Fuel was the Twitch stream last night when we were in that little pilgrim house and there were mannequins there.
And you just fucking standing there. I was like, yeah, feel free to go to the next part of the fucking game.
No,
Nick.
I stood there because you were watching. I was like, I know Dion's here. I'm gonna sit there for like 2 minutes. And
what game were you playing?
I was playing. What is it? Dark
Little
Pictures, Little Hope. And there's a part where you go into a museum of pilgrims and where they're doing witch trials and stuff like that. And there are 3 mannequins hanging by nooses, up there. And I just stood and like they have blank faces, but they're dressed in like colonial clothes. I just stood there with a flashlight you have on all 3 of them, like going back and forth and fucking with Dion.
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, Nick, you can keep going. He just, I mean, it was like 5 minutes of him just standing there. I was like, what the fuck is he doing?
I'm messing with you, buddy.
God damn it.
Bear Business One says, first off, thank you very much. She says, a story from a couple years ago said the actor in the Barney suit is an erotic masseur now.
Yeah, it weirdly makes a lot of sense. Always giving the kids fucking touch them on their shoulders and shit.
Our friend Commandant VHS, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but Barney and Friends, bang, blank, middle finger. Yeah, you're right, it's gross, so I'm not even going to read the rest of it. Just nasty.
Yeah.
Infinite Wanderer says, have you heard Hulu's remaking Animaniacs?
No, we have, and apparently it's very, very woke because they're hitting ideological political topics, and I'm just like, nope, that's not the Animaniacs I remember.
Yeah. I was going to make a video on that, but just a couple cool things that were going on behind the scenes, so I've been super busy with that.
Yeah, I heard about it. It pissed me off. I was like, really, you're doing this? Come on.
Hold on. One of our friend Bren Band's Productions sent me a personal message. I got a great idea. But one thing I do want to share real quick. This popped up the other day, and I've been holding on to this. I wanted to talk about it publicly since last week, and I ran into it. And this isn't like a joke, Dion, so don't get worried. I'm not doing anything to make fun of you. IMDb has a section of its website that's broken because I saw a list titled this. Drama, CTCT, Together We Fly, BMI Bites Songs to Your Eyes, Modern Foul Fam Viet Dung Indent, Corporate News.
What?
33ST SDHDVT1. I'm not going to read the rest. Quest for Glory. That's the name of a.
Well, I'd watch that movie.
Let's refine. I just don't know
Holy
what this is
crap.
supposed to be a list of.
Did you break into something accidentally? Did you like just wipe your hand across the screen and across the keyboard and put in a weird password or something? What happened?
Either that, or whoever posted that damn article is having a seizure somewhere and they need help immediately.
Yeah,
I stepped into the Twilight Zone, so.
apparently.
Okay, so it's time to talk about topics because we have a lot to cover. So, folks, a lot of you may have found this channel because you were a Star Wars fan and you saw what The Last Jedi did to you and it broke your heart and you found us and we've had fun ever since. Some of you are still Star Wars fans. You love what we do, but you love the movies, and guess what? You're just as welcome as the people who hate the movies and love us. If you love us, whatever, you're part of the community. We're happy to have you. So, Star Wars has been divisive for years now, ever since the Force Awakens was dropped, and Disney keeps producing content, and it sucked for the most part. Episode 7, 8, and 9, dog shit films. Rogue One, okay. Solo, bad. The Star Wars Resistance cartoon, failure. All of these other things, consistent, measurable failures, as in they don't fucking come back. If anyone wants to tell me The Mandalorian's a flop of a show, Star Wars Resistance came out, it didn't come back. People said, "Oh, guys, it's Star Wars. It'll be forever." No, it won't. I made a video that talked about that.
I fucking hate those people who are just like, "Oh, it's Star Wars. It must be good." It's just like that's not a mark of fucking quality. Calm down.
Well, the thing is, anybody that uses it has to be good. That phrasing, it's just not accurate.
No, because that's you being an idiot and following this bullshit is all it is, and it's dumb that you think that because it has Star Wars on it or Disney on it, it has to be quality. If that's your barometer of quality, I don't want to talk to you.
I know.
Yeah, those people are called marks.
Thank you, Kendo.
And they work themselves up into a shoot, brother.
That's right.
So now, before we talk about Mandalorian 2, there's another piece, just Star Wars small stuff. Don't worry, guys. Have you guys been following some stuff on Twitter, the Ben Shapiro Star Wars stuff?
Yes.
Have you read the tweet, guys?
Not the recent one.
No, not the recent one. I don't think so.
Okay, let me share it with you, because like I said, on the High Council, we were all super excited, but we never really got through any of the topics. Like, we talked about them in the beginning, and then just shit would pop up, and we never really got there. So, while this infinitely loads on screen, there we go. Star Wars director Rian Johnson takes time to mock Ben Shapiro over Last Jedi tweet. So there's more. You guys ready? Now, the initial story was Ben Shapiro took time out of, before the election to talk about this. He dropped this tweet. So his original tweet says, "No matter who wins tomorrow, let's all remember the most important thing. The Last Jedi is a terrible movie." So Rian Johnson's bitch ass chimes in with a response that says, "LOL, too many WAPs in it, I guess." Well, Ryan, when the man who makes the film is a WAP himself, I don't really think you have any kind of footing to make fun of other people, dude. You made the absolute worst piece of cinema ever. You have ruined the greatest franchise ever. You have made people that grew up with shit for 40 plus years throw it away and move on to other shit because you single-handedly are a fuck and ruined it. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, no. I've talked to the hardcore Star Wars fans. Like, yeah, that one I was on the edge about, and then I didn't watch the last one because the middle one kind of sucked, and I just gave up after that. And I'm just like, wow.
Nick,
the fact that
go ahead.
Yeah, the fact that Rian Johnson was so shitty as a director and a storyteller to make you look at Star Wars and be like, I don't need this anymore in my life after so long of it being in your life is amazing to me.
I just love the whole exchange because it made me I was like, okay, Ben, that was actually pretty damn funny. And then fucking of all people, the one person who can't bring up a funny internet thing as in regards to insult someone, it's fucking Ruin John Stain. His sensitive ass, stay behind the keyboard, buddy, because clearly you ain't got the gonads to get in that type of internet fight, buddy. So know your role and shut your mouth, because the minute someone replies to you, you're going to be all, I'm going to delete my Twitter, and see, this is, you're just not smart enough to get my movie. Like, shut your sensitive ass up. You couldn't hold anybody's jockstrap in terms of talking shit on the internet. So if I were you, I would take your Saturn award, go to the bathroom, and pretend this shit didn't happen.
I've got a question. I've got a question.
Shine it up real nice. But anyway, Kendo, yes.
It's a legitimate question here. How would Ryan Johnson know what a WAP is when he clearly has no experience with one?
Ooh.
I mean, outside of looking at one every day in the mirror, I don't know how to answer your question.
That's my question. When he went there, I'm just like, dude, you've never seen one that wasn't your mom's.
And does he even know what that term means? Is the other question. Does he know what it means?
Yeah, wings and pizza.
No, he Googled it probably, and then he was like, let me get one in on Ben Shapiro, because I think that I'm really smart and funny. It's like, dude, fucking don't. Because you yoke sensitive ass is gonna get teary eyed the minute somebody says, "Hey, yeah, remember your fucking big time shot at movie making, buddy? You fucked it up," and then he's gonna get all sensitive.
Yeah, and then
he's gonna be like, "I love Star Wars still. It's gonna be appreciated later." Shut up. If there's one person on planet Earth who can't open their mouth to try and talk shit to somebody on Twitter, honey, it's you.
Yeah, he's still like, well, this is gonna be still like my trilogy. I'm just like, yeah, okay. You keep thinking that, buddy. You gotta sleep. You gotta sleep. Believe in that lie. You do what you gotta do.
Listen, I mean, especially like, and like, I get it. Obviously, everyone can guess Ruin's fucking his politics, but like, you got Ben Shapiro actually. Making the dude made it funny. I was like, okay, that's actually really good. And I can agree with you because Last Jedi fucking sucked. And then, sure enough, in the most, not only that, the most predictable little field bitch to come running out of the fucking grass is Ryan Johnson because it must have had WAP in it. Shut up. Just shut up. Stay in the weeds. Well, when we want someone shitty advice on how to make a movie, we'll call for you. Until then, ain't nobody call for you. Stay out there.
Yeah, Ryan, here's my last bit of advice. In the Star Wars fan community thing, in terms of the sequel movies, we laugh at J.J. Abrams. We openly disdain you. Yeah. So there's a difference.
God.
That's honesty right there, goddammit. Mic drop.
Also, you went from Star Wars to remaking Clue. Like, come on. Like, Clue's awesome. It exists. We know it. We love it. We watch it multiple times. A great movie, and then you had to remake it or try to remake it. So, yeah.
Wander did want to talk briefly. He says, "I'm thank you for Super Chat. Says I'm remaining cautiously optimistic about the new Animaniacs show because they did make some political jokes in the past, but it's on thin ice." That's fair, Wander. I know a lot of people are very touchy on this stuff, but that is fair. They also made some really raunchy jokes. I hope that I
said fingerprints.
Yes, thank you. That's the best joke on any part. I'm trying to pick my words very carefully in the political climate we live in. But I think when shows that were geared towards kids like us had jokes for the adults too, those were the best kind of cartoon shows. Yes. Now, with everyone being so politically correct and up their own ass and afraid, honestly, do you think these shows will have those jokes, or it'll be? Here's the thing. Here's how I see Animaniacs going. One of two ways. Either it's going to be awesome and basically be the old Animaniacs continuation, or it's going to be this very modern, self-aware, scared version of Animaniacs that's basically just going to cash in on, it's the Animaniacs. Of course, everyone's going to watch it, and it'll suck. So.
Yeah, it's listen, I get his optimism, but again, I think that the best case scenario is going to be like the new Borat movie, which is, kind of funny, but so on the nose where it's going to become incredibly dated in fucking 3 years,
Yeah,
so
it's gonna be dated by the end, in like 2 months. Let's be honest.
Good point.
Yeah,
very
good dated point. By the end of the week.
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
Yeah,
did you guys watch it yet? Besides,
I did.
I did too.
I have not, but I've heard things like I'm not sure because the first one was fine. I didn't, I watched it once. I was okay. No big deal. But then I heard things about this one from people that I actually, like from people that I have a high regard for. And I was just like, man, this doesn't sound really good because apparently it's not really even across the board. And he's kind of going for low-hanging fruit in the whole movie. And, he's obviously aiming towards a certain political way. And I'm just like, I don't want to fucking watch that. Give me the funny shit you did before, where you were fucking with everybody, not just like a certain group of people and the certain group of people you talked about, but didn't, I don't know. I'm just not down for it, nor do I care for his brand of humor anymore. I just don't care. So.
So while we're still on the Star Wars topic, let's jump into this Mandalorian stuff. Sorry, Ken, I didn't mean to cut you off. Was there anything else you wanted to add about Borat 2, guys?
Nah, as much as I like the first movie, the second one just doesn't. It seems like it's been too long since he did it. Plus, it's
to be fair, the movie, the first 10 minutes addresses that, and it shows a bunch of clips of people recognizing him trying to make the movie. So they do something to take him out of that situation. So the joke still works for me.
Okay. Maybe I'll watch it.
That part is funny. That part, because they incorporate it into the movie, so that part is actually really funny. It's just the other on the nose stuff that it's more of an eye roll. But the daughter bit is actually kind of funny.
I loved the daughter. She was fucking hilarious.
She was the best part of the movie.
She was great.
She was the best part. And then the whole bits with them are, especially right in the beginning. I don't want to give too much away when you guys decide to watch it, but like the beginning with the daughter is fucking hilarious. And then the big thing was with you know who, and like the setup to that is really good, but it's gonna be super fucking dated. It's kind of similar to when Johnny Depp did his Trump thing for Netflix. Where it's
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? There you go. It's really on the nose, but it has more funny parts than that did. But
I will say the first Borat, even though I love it and it's a classic, I think too it's incredibly dated, more so than shit that's actually old.
Yes.
Something like, I don't know, Animal House feels more current than Borat because Borat was so of its time. Animal House took place in the 60s when the movie was made in released in 1979. So, I mean, even then it was a period piece. But, like, a lot of the great comedies, Dumb and Dumber, of its day movie, 1994, still feels timeless and funny. I think when you lock yourself into political humor,
yes,
you basically date your stuff.
Immediately.
But if you put politics into your entertainment and use it as allegory, you have timeless stories. That's why the Twilight Zone and old comic books still resonate today, because instead of talking about the nuclear crisis or the missile crisis or JFK's assassination or that car outside that I never mind.
Family.
Yeah. Like they didn't, it wasn't on the nose. It was always about allegory. And I feel like if you wanted to tell a story about whoever the president is, if you told it through a fictionalized tale, your story would stand, if it was good, would be watched more than if it was just about, let's say, I don't know, George W. Bush.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's why I've watched the movie Airplane 2 a lot lately, because there's no political humor in there. It's hilarious, and I love that kind of stuff. Even with Blazing Saddles, wonderful movie. Not a lot of like political humor of that time, and it's still hilarious. It's still a damn good movie.
Yeah, it's a fantastic movie. Our friend 007 Cloud. By the way, 007 Cloud, it was cool to talk to you and stuff over on Facebook. If there was a WAP and TLJ, it would have been a good movie.
Yeah.
Okay, Kendo, who is your ideal celebrity woman?
Now or just of
Ever.
all time?
Ever in her prime.
Phoebe Cates.
Okay, so 1983 Phoebe Cates, like Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
C.
Or just ones? Okay. Nick, same question to you.
It would be, let's see, Kelly LeBrock.
Oh, excellent choice. God, that hurt. It's such a good choice. Holy shit. Anyway, John, could you please, sir, give us your choice?
You know mine. Mine is Alien Sigourney Weaver, baby. Up, down, all around, turn around, take her to the ground. 100%.
No problem with that, sir. I don't know who my choice would be, but the question I'm trying to set up is, if your favorite celebrity was bottomless in it, the movie would still suck dick, because Luke Skywalker would still the titty of an alien. Luke Skywalker would still die because he's not tired.
That was good. That was a good setup. That was a good setup right there, motherfucker. That was world class right there. I'm like, oh, where are we going with this one? He's like, nah, loop back around, motherfucker. That still ruined it for you. I'm like, damn, that's a good point. Because even Bala Sigourney, I'm like, yeah, this movie still sucks. Let's go home, Sigourney.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the blow would be slightly softened.
Yes. But I would still have a 4K rip of that scene on every computer I own.
Of course you
But I
would.
wouldn't buy the
We
movie.
all-
Well, yeah.
People in the chat are surprised by that one. Anyway, let's talk about the actual thing we wanted to talk about right now, The Mandalorian. So, Dion, I know you've already watched this episode, right?
Yes.
Kendo, Nick, have you guys had a chance to watch?
I have.
You
No.
have. Kendo, you are.
I
out of the
haven't,
loop?
so I'll step away.
Jose, if you want to-
I'll step away if you guys want to talk for it.
Yeah, so
I gotta go to the bathroom and get a refill anyway.
Okay, we'll text you
man.
when we switched. But
Right.
so Mandalorian. Hold on, this stupid car outside. Okay, I'm
Firmly.
so
Apparently, with what's going on in the U.S., they're just still driving by like Mad Max is going to happen any time now.
I'm ready for Mad Max to happen. I want to.
Witness me.
I want to throw a boomerang. That chops off. 007 Cloud says Luke sucking on Alexandra Daddario. Still a bad movie. Yes, I'm gonna be a man of honor and be like, yes, I stand by it because there is. Hold on, there already is a show. True Detective season 1 has that in it. I've never seen the show, but I've seen that scene. So my stance is the same.
Yeah,
Yes,
you
you
can
get past it with just the
Yeah,
scene.
you can watch that scene on several websites on the internet.
Yeah. But The Mandalorian, now that Kendo has stepped away, we can talk about The Mandalorian. Now, folks, we're not going to go into we're going to talk about the show. Based on our review, if you want to watch it, we'll give you enough context to talk about it, but not enough to ruin the fun. Oh, yeah. I saw our, so let's start talking about the show. So I will say my number one criticism of this episode and the season so far, which is just one episode, there's a little sameness to the first season opener, but that's about as far as I'm going to take tearing this show down. Because when I watched it last Friday, I was entertained, and I'm really interested to see what happens next. Dion, what were your initial thoughts?
Well, after the excitement boner subsided, I will second.
Dion didn't like talking about dicks on your show.
Peanut gallery, stay in the gallery. The one thing I will say is I will agree that the being on the desert planet thing definitely did kind of seem like a rehash.
Mm-hmm.
And then too, I did. It being 2020, the bait and switch thing is something I don't really enjoy. So the cheapness of the little bait and switch with the I guess the beginning of that quest almost pissed me off. But then when I realized that we got Timothy Olyphant, it was still pretty cool. Which he was essentially being himself from Justified, which I loved it. Like Timothy Olyphant at this point could pretend to be Timothy Olyphant reading a fucking Chinese menu, and I'd be fucking excited. That dude is the fucking man. And like him, their standoff and that dialogue I thought was really fucking cool. It reminded us that at this point, this part of Star Wars can still give us cool fucking characters, especially when he's being like, yo, in front of the kid, and Mando goes, he's seen worse. That was fucking cool as shit.
Yeah.
And then plus I got to see a crate dragon on a live version of Star Wars, which just fucking tickled me fancy, yo.
That was I'm still just picturing Timothy Olyphant playing himself reading a Chinese phone book. That's the part I'm stuck on.
Yeah, and he could do it. You agree? He would find a way to do that. He would, because he's Tim Lee goddamn. That dude made that shitty Drew Barrymore TV show like somewhat watchable. He was clearly, him and Nathan Fillion had fucking magic in that piece of shit. Okay, I would follow my True Agent 47 to the gates of hell. I don't give a damn. Me and Timbo, we close. We fam.
Dion, I like him as an actor so much that he could have been the Mandalorian, and I'd still love this show. Like,
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
I won't watch a Star Wars show with him exclusively, but I would like to like maybe see him again, maybe in another season.
Yes, for sure.
Nick, tell the audience what you thought.
Well, first of all, I'm pretty sure that we're gonna get a call back to that episode. We are gonna get that. That's gonna happen. The way it ended, the way they did the episode, I feel like we're gonna come back there real quick. I didn't. As soon as they named the planet and they said they're gonna go back there, I was just like, really? We're doing this again? We're going to this place that we're kind of familiar with. I was kind of peeved about that a little bit. I was like, pick another planet, make up another name, just do something. Go somewhere else. But the beginning of it I thought was badass. The way he was, where he was and when he was walking through, I guess like what looked like a little downtown street at night with the graffiti on the walls was pretty. Like it looked seedy, and the whole thing that happens in the club and the whole beginning scene was just like, yes, this is what I want. Like this feels like a lived-in world. I love this shit. This is really awesome. Everything he did, the whole thing, the whole situation that he was in with in the beginning was great, was amazing. And then you immediately went from like a gangster movie to like a western as soon as he goes to that planet, and he rides in on the speeder bike. I was like, holy shit, dude! They captured that western thing. Like with him going by and then seeing people like cleaning stuff and moving things around. I was like, this is a western. This is exactly what this is.
Yeah, they got the transition perfect.
They did. Also, learning more, I guess, about the Sand People was really interesting because I like knowing more about like the background characters of these franchises, because then it just makes a world feel more fulfilled and more lived in and more it makes it feel more like a world than just a show or a movie. So I like that. I thought that was really fun.
It did. Like Jesse and I, the first point we made was the Gamorrean guard graffiti on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that sounds hyperbolic to say to some people, but like just that one little moment of like an in-world graffiti of something we recognize has a lot more weight than somebody going, Luke Skywalker, I remember him in the fucking.
No, exactly. No,
that's
exactly.
That's Rey. So
yeah, dude. Yeah, I was like, when he's walking through that street and trying to get to that little club and everything, I thought that was like that was my favorite part of the beginning of it, because I was like, this feels real. Like he's really going to this place really exists somewhere in another world or another galaxy, another planet somewhere, and he's doing this, and I was just like, I'm down for this. This is awesome. So yeah.
Okay, so now that we gave our initial thoughts and stuff, let's get a little more into some of the details. One thing I do want to bring up too, I was going to make a video about this, but I don't know if it's enough. But so Dion, you know how you and I are in a lot of those custom action figure Facebook groups?
Oh yeah, yep.
I have seen no less than 10 customized Timothy Oliphant Cobb figures, because he's such an easy thing to make. But the point I want to get is, it's not about the toy. It's not about the ease of the custom. It's the fact that so many people already are jumping on board with this new Star Wars character within a week.
Yes.
But the same technology, folks, the same ability to customize, the same computers to upload, the same world, essentially. No matter what you want to say about whatever climate, technology is not that different from 2015. Right. I mean, PlayStation 4 is still the main system as of now. Oh yeah, I wanted to make that announcement at the top of the show. I forgot, folks, since we're hour one. This Tuesday, the official WCBs Xbox Series X should arrive. So what that means is we'll have one and we can do some stuff. Now, make sure you guys are following WCBS Gaming, and then in the following weeks, be on the lookout for the Mindless Entertainment Gaming channel as well, because Dion, I know you're not a fan of it, so Jesse and I are going to do it. Mindless Bullshit, excuse me. I'm on that one. But Dion, Jesse and I are bringing back Halo Fridays.
Hell yeah.
Oh, man. I might actually have to watch that then.
Shit, get your ass an Xbox and play.
I might have to.
Yeah, I've got I think an Xbox One here. I might have to fire it up and help you guys out.
I would love
when
that.
we do the campaigns, Dion should come on and do live commentary with us.
That'd be fun.
We got ourselves a whole little mini empire up in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Yeah,
we're growing, boys. We're gonna take it to the top, straight to the top, Daddy-o. Now, real quick, Andrew Matthews sent in a £5 super chat that says, Dion, check out Half Moon Street to see Sigourney Weaver topless.
Ooh. Okay. Heard. Jotting that down.
There you go. I
He's
mean,
gonna get the 4K rental from Prime right now.
Then I'm gonna tweet at Sigourney, hey, what you doing Friday night?
the weird part is I probably don't live too far from her, Dion. So when you come to visit, if you guys want to work something out, you can even use my apartment.
Oh my god,
My man.
I love it.
Now,
Jeff's trying to horse Sigourney Weaver out, even though he haven't even met her yet.
yeah, why not? I mean, look, she can make her own decisions. It's 2020, and it's funny we talk about powerful women. She's the definition. Like, she is
100%. But I love how you're already like brokering this deal.
Listen, he's looking out for his boy, and plus, again, I feel like the biggest, truest example of her powerful character that she's blessed the world with these many years would be her taming a 280-pound 6-foot black dude. So we all know she's capable of it. I think we throw that in the gauntlet and let her choose. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I have a question for you, Dion.
Yes, sir.
I have thought for many years that our friendship was indestructible. Do you agree with that statement?
Agreed. Yes.
Now, what if when you're about to bang Sigourney Weaver, you're about to put it in, and I run into the room and say, "Get away from her, you bitch!" Are you gonna love me?
I would never be mad. I'd be like, we'd have that moment in from Bad Boys 2 when where they make the bus and they go and they point at each other out. Only obviously I'd be naked with Sigourney Weaver below me and I'd be all sweaty and you'd be like, "Get over you bitch!" and we was that I'd totally be worth it. Totally would be worth it.
And then the dealer would be like, "Get out of here, crazy kid."
I got some business to take care of.
The 30-second later, he's done.
Now, Dion, you could start the Tiberius family name with her.
Oh my god!
I would not be mad about that, but I believe she may have already gone through that great pause in the sky. So that business might be already,
Yeah, we could have. Together, why not? It's 2020, right?
Oh god!
Channel baby.
Sure.
Four dads.
No, we should all adopt Paul Rudd. Let's all adopt Paul Rudd.
I'm in.
Yeah,
Paul Rudd needs a good home.
He's only like what 24, 25. It's fine.
Yeah, he's fine. It's fine.
We'll write the movie about adopting Paul Rudd, and at the very end, he adopts us.
Ooh.
So basically, he's like, "All right, you guys are my kids now."
And then he becomes the new channel dad.
Yeah, that's
Brian Lake's Myers.
Yo, he get rid of Lake.
There you go.
That's what this whole stream is about. How to get rid of Leif. Well, we hire Paul Rudd.
Oh god, I feel and also I feel like Paul Rudd would be entirely down for that. He'd be like, "Fuck it, I'm not doing anything right now. Let's do this."
So to get us back on topic with the Mandalorian. So we seem to be liking this season. I'm not really gonna rip much apart of this episode. Like I said, of the Fandom Menace people, I'm not gonna say I love this show, it's the greatest thing ever, but I like it. I'm having a good time until it disappoints me, until I get a string of episode 4s from The Mandalorian, aka season 1 episode 4 of The Mandalorian's garbage. If I see more episodes than good this season, then I'll be the first one to admit this is a bad season, but this is a pretty good episode, so I can't shit on that, because like I said, the only kind of thing I'll take away from it was the fact that it was kind of samey. So last season, they hunt down the Mudhorn, and this season they hunt down the Crate Dragon. And it's both on a desert planet. This is Tatooine this time. Last time it was some other world, and it looked like Tatooine, But other than that, I gauge a lot of my entertainment these days. Like, I do have a scorecard. Like, I think about wokeness, so I take that into account. I didn't catch any of this. Did you catch any wokeness? Like, even
none.
Parse for it?
No, I thought it was definitely if we're talking about a level of 1 to super woke, it was a sleepy episode in all the best ways, because it was none of that. You definitely got a different perspective of the Sand People of Tusken Raiders, but it wasn't like some weird attempt to make them the good guys. They very much established in the show that they were very ruthless and savage, but you got a perspective that made the show interesting. And then again, it wasn't preachy, it wasn't, they weren't trying to make the settlers seem a certain way. They weren't trying to, bring up the moral implications of killing the Krayt Dragon. It was a very straightforward, fun Western episode of The Mandalorian, man, and they did a fantastic job.
Well, you know what the funny part is? There are websites out there trying to politicize and turn the Sand People segment into this talk of indigenous people and all these rights and all this crap.
God damn it. That was never mentioned, and it was never said, and it was never put in dialogue. It was just like, these are the Tusken Raiders. We know who they are from the other movies, and that's it. That's all it is.
Well,
yeah.
The thing about this show too is, like, a lot of people are trying to say it's failing. A lot of people are trying to tear it apart. Like, it's doing fine. Like, I had a listener reach out that says, like, hey, I'm looking forward to your take on The Mandalorian. I'm just going to watch it in December all at once. It's like, that's fine. That's a fair, valid thing to do. I think it's way too early to call season 2 a failure by any metric.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, I would say wait 3 episodes in, and then you could probably measure from that. But even then, I think that's still too early.
I'm so used to, like, Star Wars sucking ass. And I'm the first to admit, I mean, shit, we're the first channel of the fandom menace. We've been talking about how bad Star Wars has been for half a decade at this point. Gotta put some perspective. But something like this, I personally, as Jeff, the guy that you've all been listening to for a while, I have taken time with The Mandalorian. I didn't, let my enjoyment of this show be dictated by the terrible nature of what came before it from Disney. I let this show stand on its own. I think that's fair. I did the same for Captain Marvel. We all did across the board. Go back and listen to that stream. I think we open it by saying this is strictly about the film, not about anything Brie Larson has said publicly. That's how we operate with all of our stuff. We try to keep it in a vacuum and review it within context, but that context has to exist. So, to review this show in that context, I'm going to go, we'll do real quick. Good episode, yes or no? I say yes. Dion?
Absolutely yes.
And then Nick?
Oh yeah, definitely. Once again, I'm with you, man. I'm waiting for, with all the controversy and everything we heard, I'm waiting for the shoe to drop. If it does, I mean, we'll obviously talk about it. If not, then you'll still hear it.
I'm waiting for because I think Pedro Pascal, that was the rumor that he was going to quit or something like that. So the season's going to end, and season 3 will probably start with him being attached too. So I just feel like there are a lot of Star Wars apologists out there who have created the environment to ruin Star Wars for everyone, including the people that agree with them ideologically. Because these years that have been spent trying to talk about how if you dislike Star Wars, you're a bigot or some other bullshit. They've spent so many years trying to weaponize Star Wars, and now they put out something decent. You have the same kind of people that weaponized it lose out because they ruined it for everybody.
Well, not only that, but the desire and the need for those people, they dislike Mandalorian the same reason they disliked Rogue One, right? When it's not playing those specific political keynotes, then it's bad. This is bad. But they can't admit that the parts that they clearly wanted are bad. And that's even when people realize that, hey, the lead character in Rogue One was a fucking woman, and they still dumped on how bad it is. It was too dark, and it's like, oh, you mean it was Star Wars? Yeah. When it's not J.J. Abrams and Daisy Ridley and Kathleen Kennedy and Ryan Johnson playing the puppet master. Oh well, that's bad Star Wars. Why man? That's he's walking around with a kid and they're talking about slavery and at this point it's just a predictable, the same play. They're the assholes running the jet sweep in the league where we're using spread fucking offenses, and that's why they're losing out. They're the reason why Last Jedi sucked. They're the reason why Rise of Skywalker fucking sucked. It's not our fault that when you focus on cool characters in a linear story, that shit gets received a lot better.
Well, I think you and I are on the same path. Man, the fucking 49ers suck today. Anyway, long story short, because it's, to me, Star Wars can be summed up in one word: simplicity.
Yes.
It is a story of good versus evil. I love the first Star Wars movie. It is my second favorite film of all time, but it is not a complex film on any level. You can look deeper into it, but complexity doesn't always equal quality. Now,
No.
I think that's where the disconnect for some people in the Star Wars community come from, because you have the original trilogy, which is a fairy tale. It's very basic, black and white. When Lucas brought in the prequels, he started to make the Star Wars universe more complex, because we had spent years between Jedi and Episode 1, Phantom Menace, with books and games and things of expanding this universe. So I don't know if he had any internal pressure or thought how he wanted to expand it, but my point is he made Star Wars more complex, but it still worked. Disney tried to make Star Wars more complex from that, and it sucked. But The Mandalorian goes back all the way to the simplicity of just a guy fighting a beast. It is the most basic storytelling in Star Wars in decades, but that's what I think is missing. I know it is missing, because there's so many elements. The fact that, and I'm not here to rip on George, you can go back and hear my take on Star Wars in general every week going back. But like trade federations and tariffs and shit don't belong in Star Wars. You rescue a princess, you destroy the bad guys, and you get a medal at the end. Like literally, you get a fucking award for saving the day. Like there's no greater fairy tale. It'd be like if they got knighted at the end.
I mean, unless it's Chewbacca, then you get it like 40 years later.
Right, and even going off of that, it's there's a difference when it's simple and you actually go out to make a Star Wars movie. You're not trying to use Star Wars to make a point, and that's what everyone is. That's why they're shitting on Mando so much, is because it's being made to be Star Wars. It's not being made to get a point across. It's not being made to tell a specific point of view. It's not being made to try and convince people to think a certain way. It's just being cool Star Wars. And that chaps the asses of so many fucking people, because they were convinced that style of filmmaking and entertainment sold. They were convinced down to their sweet, sweet little sugar hearts that if you're not telling a story about then it's not going to do well. Star Wars is going to prove that if you're going out there and saying this, that, and the other about this, that, and the other, it changes lives and it makes money. Well, no, honey, it fucking doesn't. It just doesn't. For sure. Yeah, it definitely changes some lives. Sure. There's ours, and there's some motherfuckers that ain't got a job no more too. But
hey, well, I would like to say this is our lives. We got this channel.
That's very true.
Where's Ryan Johnson's trilogy, by the way?
I know, right? It was coming, right?
So Andrew Nemitz makes an excellent point. It's just pointless activism. There's no point in or reasoning about it. You're right, Andrew. It is just that. And so Dion, to jump off your point, it is refreshing when an entertainment product exists to be entertaining. So I want to just put this out there, because so many people, and not the people listening right now live, but people in the future will hear this. People that don't like us will hear clips. So let's put this out there. I'm not making any excuses for Disney Star Wars. I just found that they put out a quality show because of Jon Favreau. That does not take away any of the bullshit that they've done before, and it doesn't change my opinion on any of the previous Star Wars films. It's kind of sad that I have to build this up, but because people are so short-sighted out there in the world, because they dislike what Phantom Menace does and stuff, that they're always looking for a way to chop us down a bit. So I just wanted to put that out there for anyone out there dumb enough not to read what I'm saying. I'm sorry to put it like that. I try to phrase it nice, but if you're fucking stupid and you think I'm all of a sudden a Disney shill, stop making YouTube content, because no one listened to you in the first place, because you're just full of shit.
Boom, there you go.
Sorry, today's been a great day. I'm just not putting up with bullshit anymore. Anyway, moving on. Mandalorian stuff though. So we're not going to go beat by beat. Good episode. We all enjoyed it. Looks great. Sand People. A couple people were asking about the Sand People. I liked seeing the Sand People. It's a familiar, comforting thing, but I know we're never going to see more Sand People. It's not going to become a plot point moving forward. Mandalorian is perfect for me because it's a one and done story. And now the part I do have a problem with the series is that thread that goes between the season. I don't love the narrative structure of that overarching narrative structure, but each individual, outside of 4, non-sequential episode, I love those ones. Just like the one with the prison planet, or this one, or one done complete stories. That's so refreshing in today's world, especially with Star Wars, where you don't have to tie every thread together or watch every little thing to understand the story.
Exactly. Yeah, that's I think that's very well said. while it's Star Wars, it brings back that TV element of, hey, in this week he's got an adventure, and it's very classic. It's very, it's a trope that not everyone can pull off, but when you do, especially nowadays, especially in Star Wars, it reminds you of, okay, now I see why so many television shows, especially in the heyday of episodic television, why they did it this way. When you have a weekly adventure, it becomes closer to the adventures of the Mandalorian instead of, hey, here's this drawn out fucking story arc about the Mandalorian about the same things it's cool, man. Like it's so refreshing, and it makes it fun. Like what you go into it each episode now. What shit is he going to get into now? And I'm super excited to see what crazy bullshit goes on next week.
Yeah, Terry's right. Self-contained stories work so much better in syndication, and that's essentially what streaming is. It's like a syndication thing where, never mind, we're not going to get into that. You guys can look up what all the ins and outs of syndication. That's not what I'm here to do. But there's one big thing, like they fought the dragon. It looked cool. I know a lot of people were bitching. Like this is one of those things where if anyone that has a valid criticism of something I like, I am ready to listen. And you know what? Prove me wrong. But if people are just tearing apart shit just because of an ideology, that's just as damning as trying to infuse it with any of this SJW crap that people hate in Star Wars in the first place. Like, Jon Favreau isn't perfect, but he's delivered the best thing in 5 years. So until they shit bed, I'm not ready to call it and say it's a failure of a show. And another thing, too, like Disney Plus numbers are... Nick, you know this about streaming. You can get free trials from anywhere, it seems like. But Disney Plus is taking an extra. Like, I saw an ad where if you buy a Bose speaker, you get Disney Plus for free.
Damn.
Yeah, it's like, what?
That's ridiculous.
I mean, the joke to Jesse is like, one day we're going to be able to go to the grocery store, buy ground beef, and get a month of Disney Plus for free. Like, they're giving that shit away.
Wait, hold on. Is Disney Plus like AOL discs? If you get one, you get 97 hours free. Is that what's going down?
Hey, and if you're like that guy, you can use all your 97 hours in December. So I think there's also a disconnect where The Mandalorian is clearly a show for all ages, adults and kids can watch it, but it's a violent show. Disney Plus, for the most part, is a very family-friendly streaming service, to the point where Jesse accidentally logged in as a kid, and you can't even watch the Jeff Goldblum show under a child account. So, I mean, it's oddly restrictive, but it's neither here nor there. Kendo, are you back?
Yes.
Okay. Cover your ears for 5 seconds.
Okay.
Count to 5. So the twist at the very end, the last scene was fucking cool, and I'll leave it at that. I won't say any more.
Amen.
Yeah.
Loved it.
So, Kendo, you can unearmuff, sir. We have discussed Mandalorian stuff, and we haven't spoiled it for you or actually anyone in the fucking chat. It was the most vague Mandalorian discussion ever, I think.
All right.
We're world class, goddammit.
Yeah. Let's read up a couple super chats, and let's talk about something that's going to piss us off, because I've been angry all week about this. So first off, our friend Barney the Nucleosaurus Reeks says 2020 best described in one quote: "I am tired of Earth. These people, I am tired of being caught in their tangle of lives. The tangle of their lives." What is that from?
That's Watchmen.
That's Watchmen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah, I haven't watched Watchmen in years, but I do like it enough.
I just remember it from the comic book. I love the movie, but I love the comic book too.
Yeah.
Are you team Squid or team movie plot device?
You know what? In the most Dion fashion ever, I'm team movie. Don't get me wrong. I'm team
movie too, bro. You don't need to excuse
good.
yourself.
Okay, good. I thought I was about to, that's why I love y'all. That's why I love you. Don't get me wrong, I love the squid, but that's very hard to pull off in the film. So I understood it. I thought it worked very well still. And it, obviously in terms of the way that the movie was going, it fit it perfectly. Instead of, throwing in, it's a fucking alien trying, the whole arms race between the United States and USSR, to do it that way. It was a seamless twist at the end, which I thought was fantastic.
Yeah. I don't hold Watchmen as precious as a lot of people do. See, that's what I'm talking about when I talk about this consensus in entertainment, this groupthink where people feel like to not be ostracized, they have to follow, consider what's great to be great. And me, I like Watchmen. I respect it. Is what's his face? Alan Moore, is he my favorite writer? No. I think he's kind of out of it. And
you know what? And I think that's the perfect.
Other people. Okay. I'm sorry. Good.
No, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. By the way, you said something specific that got me excited. But go ahead and finish your point.
Oh, no, I was just saying, I don't like him compared to other people. Sorry, my internet's all over the place, so just it's fine.
Okay. Well, when you said that you don't like him as much as other people, Alan Moore is the perfect writer for people who aren't really in the comic books. Like everyone loves his good shit, but you can tell, like how obviously he's impactful, but you can tell how well versed comic book fans are when he says something crazy, and people who've been reading for decades, or people who've even been really into it, even if it's only been a couple of short years, who are really into comic books, they all collectively roll their eyes. Where people who like who like comic books, like people who like just read the major stuff, they're like, man, Alan Moore has a really good point. Those people love Alan Moore, everything that he says. Hardcore comic book fans are like, yeah, Watchmen's really good, but League of Extraordinary Gentlemen wasn't all that great. You know what I'm saying? So it's that's like the typical Alan Moore reaction. Like that's what I love. You can always tell what type of fan someone is by how they react to the crazy shit that Alan Moore fucking says. Because he was just complaining about comic books, I think the other day, where he was saying, and the chat's got to remind me, but he was complaining about something in one of those groups that you and I are in, Jeff. Everyone in the comments was just like, Alan Moore, you can always tell when he's pissed about not getting a lot of money for something because he starts saying shit like this. He was dumping on, how major comics are ruining comics or something. And it's just like, dude, like I love it. You can always tell what type of comic book fan someone is by either how hard they roll their eyes or how hard they agree with Alan Moore.
Yeah, for as much as I respect him, and I know we're going to talk, today's a special day and all that shit, but like, I respect the man, but of the Watchmen people that are involved with the project, Dave Gibbons is who I like the most. I love his artwork. I think his pencil and line on Watchmen is amazing. Color, it's meant to look that way. I think it makes the book look a little ugly. It almost looks like a stinky world. I know that's a dumb comment to make, but like, I respect it. But Dion, I think you and I are in the same boat. There are other comic writers, other storylines that we consider superior. I would go as far as, not even as far as, I don't think it's controversial. Like Batman Dark Knight Returns, I think is a better story than Watchmen.
Yeah, agreed.
So Kendo, anything you wanted to add, even though you haven't watched The Mandalorian? Anything you want to say?
No.
Cool. Let's move on. We were reading some super chats from Barney, and then we're going to talk about, like I said, something that'll piss us all off. Barney, again, thank you very much. He says, in light of Dave Chappelle hosting SNL again, let's hope he roasts Amber Turd like he did with Juicy Smollett.
Dude. Hey, man. Hey. Bill Burr did it, and, he lit up the internet, even though it made a lot of certain type of people mad. It was so funny as shit, though. I love that, man.
And there was nothing wrong with what he said.
No, nothing at all. I thought it was kind of accurate. I was kind of thinking that for years too. I'm like, yeah, he's right. That's kind of fucked up.
Thank you very much, Barney. Also, Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey says, last one in, first one out. Dion Green, family abortionist.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Woo.
I was going to say Dion Green Halloween stream, but
He took himself out of the equation rather quick.
Listen. I came in a little blitz. I got drunk really fast. I don't blame me. You shouldn't either.
I don't, because you took a family out to trick or treat on top of that shit too. So it's
True.
like, I get it. My ass was out of commission for a whole day afterwards, so I have no response. I did make it through the show though. Deadeye sends 4 super chats. Thank you very much. We're going to read these all in a row because they came in a row. First off, he says, "Good evening, Mr. Wait, what?" Yes, we're going to be talking about that after the Amber Heard stuff, folks. So keep your streams locked into here,
family,
because we're about to find well, to be fair, Mr. Bond will still be Mr. Bond, but 007, it's time for him to die today. Deadeye says,
Damn.
remember when Deadeye says, remember Live and Let Die? That was good. It was great, Deadeye. That's my top 5 favorite Bond movies. Number 5, actually.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, that's a damn good one.
mm-hmm.
I love this too. So what's Q going to be called in LGBTQ?
Q plus.
R.
Q plus.
I can't say R. Can't say Y because that's a male chromosome. X.
Ooh.
Just call him the question mark. There you go. You don't know what he is. You don't want to question it. Just that's it.
You know it's not going to be a he, right?
Okay. You don't want to call him that they or whatever you call them now.
The new Q.
I don't know what to say.
Going down that rabbit hole, you were drowning. We were just gonna let your ass drown that one. Yeah, what do you say, Nick? Please go on.
I'm sorry. I give up. I'm not even gonna try.
That's kind of very similar when you see someone like fall over the edge of a boat and they got that look in their face. We're like, oh fuck, and you just kind of like watch them go and they start going underneath the
ground because you'll save them, but you want them to think that they will.
Yeah, you want them to learn their lesson. God damn it.
Yes.
I like Kakashi. Call him by
Q
his
will
original name.
retire, and Q will now be called NB for non-binary.
Dad, I also said one more. Will Bond be sleeping with men or women?
Both.
If you took like if the next James Bond was Henry Cavill and in his first movie he slept with a dude, you would kill the James Bond franchise. And it's like people are like, oh no, when it's 2020, no, you would kill the James Bond franchise because you have to take into account the real world, not Twitter.
Yeah,
right.
Even if you're the most accepting of homosexuality and don't care, like I don't care who's gay or straight. You know, I got my stuff. I got to worry about that, not you. Even people like me who are just fine with everybody, it's a dumb thing that would ruin it for me. Because you change the character for the sake of change, for the sake of it's time. Fuck you. It's time to get a life and change your shit up and not be influenced by today's political sphere. You know, the next company that puts out something that's so free of that, it'll be so refreshing. I was sad the boys couldn't do it. You know, they were so close to doing it, getting away from being woke and all that crap. But they did. Wait till you get to the end. Jesse, you thought that scene was on point, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so... Either way,
but they did that scene right, and that kind of reminded me of that Quentin Tarantino movie you did for the Grindhouse thing. Death Proof.
Oh, fucking Death Proof. That one's better.
It's better than what?
Planet Terror, the other movie.
See, I'm the other way around. I like Planet Terror more than Death Proof. Death Proof, you know, it's the ending where I'm just like, God damn, you know, Planet Terror is just it doesn't stop from being over the top from the beginning to the end.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And I fucking love it.
It's ridiculous all the way to the end. And God, and Josh Brolin was in that shit. So
that's true.
The man with the plan in the original tan says Sean Connery died on 10/31 of 20. 1 plus 0 plus 3 plus 2 plus 0 equals 007.
I agree.
Hold on. Yeah. 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1?
No. 1 plus 0 plus 3 plus 1 plus 2 plus 0.
Okay.
I saw that post on our group page earlier today, so I think we'll be able to extrapolate who that user is.
Well, it could be Dion again.
Could be.
You know who we haven't heard from in a minute is Logan Michael. Do you think the horse got him finally? Or oh no, a giant Funko Pop came to life on Halloween and ate him.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yep. After all that shit talking, he finally got by the pop in the darkness.
Pop in the darkness.
Pop in the darkness. That sounds like a good book title.
Oh god, that sounds like a weird sex maneuver.
I mean,
the
spiritual successor to Ghosts in the Darkness. Only this one, Val Kilmer's going to be a little bit more chubby.
Or it sounds, like a title for Dion's memoirs, A Pop in the Darkness.
100%. Yep, I'm taking it.
From the writer that brought you My Black Ass. Dion Green. Dion Tiberius Green brings you his memoirs, A Pop in the Darkness.
It's just him in a smoking jacket with cognac in front of a fireplace. Oh, hello, I didn't see you there. Just reading his memoirs, that's all it is.
Yeah, he does the audiobook. Hi, didn't see you there. I'm Dion Tiberius Green. You may have read my other book, My Black Ass. Now I take you down the story of my life. A Pop in the Darkness. Chapter 1. The first time I jacked off to Sigourney Weaver. I was a young lad at 12.
Are you?
And I just watched Alien
from Batman. I can see Dion dressed as that motherfucker. Hello, sugar lumps.
Oh fuck! I'm buying a ticket to all of this shit. I will do this
Well,
shit.
I mean, we are.
Your ass is in it. How are you buying a ticket to your own movie?
Listen, damn it, I'll do whatever I got to get that shit made. You get me lines. We gotta do that.
You'll
one.
get lines. Don't worry, it's Hollywood, bro. Just roll it.
Good point. Good point.
Lines and
can I
rails
ask-
and everything.
We should get a high-speed rail system in this country. Yes, we should.
Yeah, that's what I meant. We need.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, that
needs to
means
be-
different
needs to
things
be
in
something
different
like
Infrastructure.
No, I want to travel from here to the moon in 3.2 seconds. Get me that high-speed rail system.
Damn right.
Now,
Big Rig
Dion,
has always been about infrastructure.
Anyway,
Dion, would you be willing to just have your professional name be Dion Tiberius Green?
You know what? That would be a perfect stage name. I'm in.
That's your
Perfect.
stage name. November 5th, 2020. This is when it was born.
That's
You
right.
know-
That's right.
Wait, dude, Dion, 2020 is the year of my black ass and Dion Tiberius Green. You are clearly winning this year across the board.
Damn right. Damn,
Yeah, because
we
we're gonna,
needed a
we're
hero.
gonna do 10 My Black Ass movies.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Listen, those are big shoes to fill, but for my people, my bullshitters out there across the world, I'm doing it for you. And obviously, as long as the checks don't bounce.
So, let's we'll stop right there with the super chats. Diego Flores, we did read your Tiberius Green one. So, folks, if you had sent in a Tiberius Green one, we did read those earlier. But we have a very I usually call Amber Heard a beautiful but evil woman. She just looks like. Hold on, I'm gonna mute this for a second. Sorry, folks.
Family with alarms. Let's go steal the safe, Dom.
Apparently, the partying started early. The partying started early in California.
Chapter 2. Other busty white women.
Bro, that's the first chapter of my book.
Apparently, Kendall's the ghostwriter.
Listen, I need a
Yeah, I'll
great
ghostwrite
vibe.
Dion's life story. It's not a problem.
Let's do it,
Chapter
you
3. I'm not afraid of horses. I just don't trust them.
That should be on a T-shirt too.
know? Let's add that to the ever-growing list, boys, because we're gonna have a goddamn catalog of shirts when we launch the website.
Yeah, you mean like in a couple of weeks? Because remember what I asked you guys to send me photos for. So
Yes, sir.
Oh God!
Yes, sir.
Oh God! That's true.
appetite for bullshit, for sure. Anyway, moving forward, Amber Heard, the Turd as we call her here on the channel, Amber Turd. Guys, she won.
God
Did
damn it!
did that case officially get dropped, or?
And no, she lost. Like he lost. Phrase up. I'll read you the story right here. Actor Johnny Depp lost his long and fraught public libel court case against British newspaper The Sun after they called the actor a wife beater and said there was evidence that he had abused his ex-wife Amber Heard. The judge, Andrew Nicol of the UK High Court in London, ruled on November 2nd that The Sun's 2018 article with the allegation was substantially true and that there was at least evidence to support at least 12 of 14 of Heard's claims of physical assault by Depp. So we'll go back in a second, but yeah. So the Sun won. They got away with calling Johnny Depp a wife beater. Now, everything in the real court of law, it's innocent until proven guilty. But in the court of public opinion, that's not the case. Based on the evidence I had read about up until this, I had sided with Johnny Depp. I thought there was a stronger case and all this stuff, but at the end of the day, he lost. So I think that's I think it's very disappointing because I don't think that this case is necessarily one of those where it's like the right person won because of the right reasons. This is one of those situations where the climate will definitely dictate the outcome.
Yeah, for sure. And listen, The Sun and not just British tabloids, but tabloids in general have a very special place in the seventh circle of hell. But
Right.
But there's at least, I want to say that he also has another civil case against Amber Heard herself. So while right now it's a little dark before the dawn for Mr. Johnny Depp right now. Hopefully the other one she can get some kind of comeuppance, because especially when you take into account the amount of damage that shit did, especially from a tabloid like The Sun, that shit reached far and wide, man. And it just sucks because again, it's the nature of the beasts that we're in right now. It's very difficult to for the right people to get punished, you know, and it just fucking sucks, man. Especially now that we have a very good idea of just how fucking evil that woman is, you know, and it fucking sucks, man. I definitely hearing that, I feel for him, man. It you know, it's one of those things where, you know, it's already a tumultuous situation. But now with, you know, everyone is so quick to go for blood and so quick to justify, you know, canceling or ruining someone's fucking life, you know, you miss out on shit like, oh, hey, this chick might be the fucking Antichrist, you know, and or hey, here's this. The only other person I can think of that's more dangerous than Amber Turd is that like Czechoslovakian little person that pretended to be a kid and got adopted by that couple. That's the only other person.
That's a real story.
That's a real fucking story. And
shoot me that link later, dude. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
I'm gonna send it to you after the show. That might have to be a Patreon thing, but
dude, send me the story. We'll talk about it on the Hangover this Sunday.
Deal. We're definitely doing that. That evil little bitch is the only person I can think of that's more dangerous than Amber Turd. You know, and it fucking sucks, man. I hope that the sun, you know, I hope they get swallowed by a fucking. I hope the Loch Ness monster is real, and the first thing it goes after is the fucking sun.
Right.
Well, I want to say though, this, while a lot of people are saying it's just a libel suit, it's in the UK, the damage is done to Johnny Depp because yes, his fan base is strong. He's a bigger celebrity than her. People will forgive him. He'll make more movies down the road, but his name is always going to be attached to this no matter what he did.
Yep. Exactly.
He's always going to be remembered, and Amber Heard's going to be remembered as this victim, and her career is going to actually pick back up for a little bit because this fucking Hollywood, whatever the climate is right now, this whole believe everybody shit, it's ruining. Look, she's going to get away with it. She's going to cut off his finger, shit in his bed, and then get a big Aquaman 2 paycheck because DC is not going to switch up. They don't want the pressure. They don't want to be, oh, you know, this poor woman was a victim, and in a court case, she won. You're going to punish her? Come on, that's sexist. That's this, that's that.
Oh my God!
Look it.
Well,
I can make a joke, but I won't because I know it'll piss off Kendo. But like, fine, I'll say, do you really think OJ is innocent? I don't care what he said. You know, they said in the court.
allegedly, the court of his peers found him not guilty. They didn't find him innocent. They found him not guilty.
Didn't his black ass not take his pills, and that's why his hand swelled and he couldn't?
Yeah, he didn't take his.
I'm not saying he didn't do it. I'm just saying legally they said he didn't do it.
Yeah, legally, fine.
Well, I mean, they also have video evidence.
Legally, they say Amber Heard's innocent.
No,
Well, I mean,
okay.
the-
All right, wait. The only thing that happened was that he sued the Sun, and it's a tabloid paper, and it was found not liable or not, you know, guilty of libeling. Here's the thing: in Britain, the tabloids get away with murder, like,
because you live there, so you do know about this, folks. So listen to Kendo.
I've spent a lot of time there. My first ever, I always heard about this stuff, but I didn't realize that the tabloids and the news media get away with shit until I was there one time, and some girl got murdered, and I'm watching this like murder special thing live on whatever news thing it is, and every time they showed the guy, the superintendent of her building, they always played this sinister music and shaded it to make him look like a creepy asshole, and essentially insinuated this guy killed this girl. Turns out he didn't. And there was no repercussions to that, but they made it sound like that this guy did. And then you hear about all the other things that they get away with over there in their tabloids. And outside of the page 3 girl, there ain't nothing good in any of those rags. So winning a libel case in Britain is like extremely hard to do because they will just hammer anybody that they feel like hammering and just make shit up whenever they want to. So
Which is
technically
not right.
she hasn't been, which is not right, no. But technically she hasn't been found not guilty of, you know, lying or anything like that. Just, you know, they just got to try her in an actual, you know, legal, like, you know, thing, not a civil trial, a criminal trial. But I don't know if it'll ever get that far. And
I just remember, like,
what would you call me?
Well, do you guys remember what's his name, Robert Blake?
Yeah.
The whole murder trial. He was acquitted. But everyone just remembers that he killed Blondie Lee Blakely. He's a murderer. It's like,
well,
anyway.
that's like a good chunk of that has to do with the media too, because there's a lot of times in this country and probably every country that, you know, you're convicted in the court of public opinion long before you ever even get a shot in an actual criminal case. Ask the Duke lacrosse team.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep. That was
By the way,
Rolling Stone
Nancy Grace, you've never apologized for that when you fat bitch.
she fucking cashed in on every night the Casey Anthony story for years.
Dude, I fucking and before that, listen, I never liked Nancy Grace. I was always like, yo, she's probably a weird lay, but the fact she kept saying, when she kept calling her tot mom, I cringed every fucking time she said that. And she kept referring to Casey Anthony as tot mom. She kept saying that. And so she built her shitty little show on that shitty fucking network on the phrase tot mom. And you almost forget for a minute.
Oh, dude, get that off the screen.
Is she proto Karen though?
Yeah.
No.
She's
She's mega Karen, dude. She's
the
boss
mother
Karen.
of Karens.
Yeah.
Yes. She's the Megazord of Karens.
Hey Dion, I can make
zero Karen.
I can make you like her, Dion.
Oh god.
No, I can.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Here we go.
There you go, Dion.
Hold on.
I mean, you. That's why we're best buds. You get me.
Chapter 4. Nancy Grace is a terrible journalist, but I'd still bang her. I can't wait to write this book.
Oh my god.
And then I'll get sued by Dion for libel, and I'll get away with it. Like, now you can only sue me in Britain, where I can get away with this shit.
No, Dion, don't do it, man. Don't tear the show apart just to make like $8. We'll take care of it, okay?
Yeah, I was gonna say Dr. Coffin-Nails will be the only one that buys that book, and he'll only sell like 2 copies. So you're not getting
it. Coffin Nails is my man. He gets it.
I guarantee you, Breadman Productions would buy it. He made the trip to come meet us in Indianapolis. So I know he'd buy it.
Yeah, that's
Adam Shawhan would buy like 86 copies.
He messaged me because he got a bunch of his Stealing Solos in the mail and stuff. He's like, "Yeah, I'm waiting on my other 8,999 of them." So because he bought 9,000 copies.
Oh god, I love that man.
I do too. I can't wait to hang out with him. I mean, it's been a year and almost 2 months since we've hung out with him.
Don't give me the time, please. Don't. It depresses me. It really does.
We don't need that countdown clock.
Yeah, we don't need that countdown clock.
You do realize that just means we're closer to seeing each other again.
Still, the amount of time you said,
considering we should have seen each other 4 times at this point,
maybe 6.
Yeah, maybe for sure, maybe 6.
So, really, we'll put the Amber Heard stuff to bed for a minute. But like,
no, don't put her anywhere near your bed.
I want her to shit in there.
Oh God.
I believe that story that she pooped in the bed.
Yeah, she's fucking crazy. And again, it's not about being a misogynist or not believing sexual assault victims or believing domestic assault victims. You have a situation here, and I know, we went into depth of this some time ago, but again, she's fucking dangerous. Those type of people, and I say it every time we bring it up, slicing someone's fucking finger off when they don't do what you want them to do, fucking, sex traffickers do shit like that. And that's what's so goddamn crazy, and again, yeah, I feel for Johnny Depp, and it is always funny watching, the Twitter mob go absolutely silent when shit comes out, and rightfully so. I hope all those people eat all the turds that she leaves in all the fucking beds from this point until the end of our generation. But yeah, I she's dangerous, man, and that's what sucks about this is, she's gonna be in a relationship because she obviously has an age thing. She's gonna be in a relationship with some older woman or some older guy who it's harder for them to defend themselves, or worse, she's gonna be in a relationship with a younger person. Yeah. Someone that doesn't know any fucking better, and that's going to be ugly. And I'm not a dude who is 100% positive of a lot of fucking things in my life, but I promise you, this is not going to be the last thing we hear about this evil ass fucking bitch, and that makes me sad, man. That makes me sad.
But you know what? It's not, because I have a new job, guys. I am going to get the job of Amber Heard's anger coach, and I'm going to show her what it's like to try that shit with someone that won't put up with it. So I have just been hired. It's a great job. It pays $900 trillion a year. And You know what we do? It starts out with psychological breaking. So every morning, you know, like the military, they yell at you, they break you, they build you back up, and all that stuff. Every morning, Amber Heard's gonna wake up to a fresh shit in her bed. It'll be like that episode of It's All You. Who pooped the bed? I did, bitch. And you're gonna wake up every morning.
God, that's gonna be a lot of late night Chipotle, man. I'm just saying, like,
24/7 Chipotle, bro. I'm fucking. It's over queso 24/7. Oh my
all
god!
the shit and blood she can handle.
What'd you say?
I said all the shit and blood she can handle.
Oh.
Use Chipotle.
That's right.
well, they're never going to be our sponsor now.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. They were never gonna in the first place. That's cool. So, folks, we have another topic we want to cover, but it's another downer one. So we're gonna we'll read a couple super chats. We'll do something funny for a moment, and we'll start talking about Lashana Lynch as James Bond because. Excuse me. Yeah, Motorcycle Man. It's Lashana Lynch is
Family.
But let's check it out. So, family. So, our friend Donkeysaurus Rex asked about WrestleMania. First off, I don't even know when WrestleMania tickets are going on sale this year. Dion still don't have the refund from last year.
I was just about to say, every time you bring that up, I can hear that little twinge of anger in Jeff's voice, specifically because WWE and Ticketmaster refuses to give our fucking money back, and Jeff
It's
gets
a $1 billion corporation. Other people got their money back. I didn't. I've been going this shit for almost 20 years. I should be at the top of your list, Vince. I'm going to go no matter what. Just sell me my tickets. Give me my money. You know what? Just give me new tickets for next year, dude. Like, seriously, we all are going to go next year. Just roll that shit over and give us a couple more, and we'll buy them too. Just get this shit together.
I'd like to think that somewhere Vince McMahon is just listening to this and laughing because you're like the only person he hasn't refunded, and just every time it gets brought up, he just starts laughing and screaming that's good shit.
Yeah, he's still pissed at Jeff for the double birds he gave during 31, and it got caught on TV when we were watching that shitty performance. Because who was it that was performing?
I don't remember. So why would we, or why would anyone else? Was it like Charlie XCX or something?
I thought it was what's her nuts Raven Simone or some shit, but you know,
Raven Simone was WrestleMania 24 because I met her.
What the fuck? Raven Simone was in WrestleMania?
Yep.
Yeah, they used to do
Oh
this thing.
my god!
They used to do this thing called Bacon, Bagels, and Biceps, and it was like a $200 buffet. Essentially, you'd go to, but wrestlers and commentators, like they were all there. Like not all the WrestleMania people, but like Batista was there. It was the year he had a match, so it was like a big deal because he was a former world champion. So you got A-list people at this breakfast: Kim Kardashian and Raven Simone.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it was weird.
And if you ever really want to get a what the fuck, Nick, you need to remember the fact that Snooki has a fucking WrestleMania win.
She does.
Oh
She
god
sure
damn
does.
it! Oh god damn
She
it!
even scored the pinfall in that one too.
Yeah, I was there for
it. Jeez.
Do you remember?
I've lost way more respect for WWE than I previously had. So
dude.
Shit.
Yep,
do you remember when Johnny
Snooki.
Nitro got in trouble for not giving Trish and Snooki a hug and all that shit because he was pissed off over the match?
Yep. Which I fucking felt for him, dude, and I don't blame him. The funniest thing was when they did the build for that match on the Go Home show of Raw, and they're like at a bar or whatever, and supposedly it's Snooki and Trish got into a fight, and before the end of that segment she goes, "I'll see you at WrestleMania, bitch," and just the crowd going mild was fucking hilarious because they clearly were in a hole that they couldn't dig themselves out of. Fuck, we fucking brought Snooki into this shit. What the fuck is wrong with us?
God damn.
The only thing worse than that was the time that they had Kathy Lee and Hoda host.
Yes. That was hilarious.
Well,
Nick, here's the thing about WWE. A lot of times they'll try to capitalize on pop culture stuff, thinking that there's some kind of weird crossover there. There isn't. Wrestling fans typically don't watch any of the shit that they're trying to bring people in for, and it goes spectacularly bad. The only thing that was possibly any good was the time that Jeremy Piven tried to ban people from the Summerfest.
Yep.
And John Cena had to correct him, be like, "Oh, so what you mean is we won't be able to go to SummerSlam?" It's like, wow, good job. You brought in these actors and they don't even get their shit right.
And Ken Jeong's in the background going, Summerfest. It's like, shut the fuck up.
The fact that was a thing, not just once, But for years, they brought in Bob Barker. They brought in all these stupid celebrities. Shaq showed up. That's a little different from Shaq. But like, really, Bob Barker should not be hosting WWE Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, that was dumb. The only good thing about that was we got that little tease of his rivalry with Chris Jericho, which was actually kind of funny. But like, because that was, they were doing the fucking
Happy Gilmore.
the wheel thing where like he spins the wheel, because his price is right or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was just so fucking dated. But the chicks from the Today Show, that was so funny because the crowd was shitting on them.
Oh yeah.
Every second they were on TV. I want to say it was so bad that they cut their whole guest thing early because they were just booing them the whole time. And clearly, those two old chicks didn't know shit about professional wrestling, and they were like running it like it was a Today Show. And dude, it was so bad, and the crowd's just shitting on them. It was a great moment for wrestling fans when finally they started rethinking that whole guest host thing, because like, these two chicks from the Today Show that are old and the only people who like them are are old stay-at-home moms. How bad can this go? And the crowd was like, we'll fucking show you how bad this can go.
The only thing that may have topped that, is when they had the Ball family on for a Miz TV for reasons I'm not entirely sure of, but I can't think of the dad's name. He was there. LeVar Ball was specifically there to try to pimp the merchandise that they were creating for the Ball family. And then he like pulled his shirt off and squared up to the Miz, and one of the kids dropped the N-bomb like 3 times.
Yes!
My God.
He goes, beat that ass! Beat that ass! It was so hilarious. That one, I think that's probably my favorite moment.
The best part is, I'm pretty sure they never had like guests on like that ever again after that. That was
that was the last one.
That was the last one.
The Miz's face when the kid says it is, I bust out laugh. There are days I'll just look that clip up. It is so funny. Like that's the only in the whole guest host of Raw thing. That's the only one that kind of worked, because everyone was like, "Holy shit, this dumb fucking 16-year-old!" Oh my god, it was great. Yep. So good.
Yeah, the look on Miz's face of we're gonna get fined so bad right now.
Look, at any time a grown man takes the shirt off and tries to fight, even though he's too old, it makes me laugh, and that's why this segment is probably the best in 10 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
Easily.
So let's see. We're done with that. But we do have a small wrestling segment. Guys, there's some wrestling tattoos that have been popping up on the internet. We'll save it for the end.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. If it's the one that I'm thinking of where somebody tried to pay homage to his favorite wrestler and
his family?
Yeah. Dude. Dude.
Oh God.
I have not seen this, and I can't wait.
It is so fucking. I don't know if it's just terrible or just creepy as shit.
That's some Lindenberg baby shit.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That's when you need a friend that sits down with you and stares you directly in the face and says, "Are you sure that this is a good idea?" You need your buddy there to talk you off that ledge, because you're about to make a permanently terrible decision.
Yep. You need that friend that goes, "What the fuck are you thinking?"
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what you're thinking, Dion. Could you tell me?
But folks, if you want to get WCBs tattoos, go ahead.
Definitely can get my face. I don't mind it at all. It's an honor.
What if somebody got you tattooed on their black ass? How would you feel?
I feel like the circle will be complete.
I was the learner.
Yep. When I started the show, I was the learner, and then when I get my face on somebody's black ass, now I am the master.
That's the evil Dion Tiberius Green.
What?
No. Anyway, Diego Flores says, also, Dion, I have started an army of Sisters of Battle. I have become a true 40K simp.
I feel you, bro. I feel you. Sometimes you just gotta let it happen. Just let it happen. It's like slipping into a warm bath.
It's fun finding something that doesn't suck, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, dude. It really is.
I think that might be my message to people. Everyone's like, Jeff, outside of be excellent to each other, what would you tell people to do in 2020? Find entertainment that doesn't suck. That's it. Very deep. Now, Dean Domino, thank you very much. He says, I think my favorite 40K orc lore is the stuff with Commissar Yarrick, a regular human who crushed them so badly, their fear of him combined with unconscious psychic powers makes him nearly unkillable. So, Dion, have you run into Commissar Yarrick yet?
I have, and particularly obviously because it's a lot of the historical stuff as I'm going on, and that's one of his. He has, he gives them the most devastating loss that the orcs have ever suffered, and obviously, in the 41st century, he's one of the most powerful warriors in the entire universe. And
Yeah, because he looks like if M. Bison mixed with a pirate and had a power claw for a hand. That's cool as shit. To me, this Warhammer stuff is like, let's take all your toys and then glue them together.
Yep.
And that's what we get. I mean, that's negative. Is that not M. Bison pirate?
Holy crap.
Yeah.
He's even got a little satchel like Indiana Jones and an eye patch. It's cool.
Yeah, dude. And he doesn't use power armor or anything. That dude is a fucking badass.
Yeah, I do like this painting quite a bit. Yeah. How do I find out about him besides reading the wiki, which I already have pulled up right here? Is there a good story or a good piece of whatever to recommend about him? The channel that I use, Luton9, he specifically has a video about him. I'll send you the link. That one, that's the one that I watched, and that's one of the smaller ones, or not smaller, but one of the shorter ones in terms of time. That one's really fucking good. And then I think there is specifically, I know obviously there's the wiki, but I can't remember the other. Obviously there was, I can't remember the name of the book that has that battle in it. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but that one is supposed to be fucking awesome. So it's dope. So we do have more super chats, but we'll read those. Let's start talking about this Bond stuff, because this is the thing that's been pissing me off heavily this week. I don't know. I actually do know why, and I'll put it in the video and go into detail. But the constant attacks on James Bond is just tiring. They always think, oh, we're going to keep bombarding it until they change their mind, until they accept, the female James Bond, this and that and the other. Look, you'll never get this to work, Barbara Broccoli and Michael G. Wilson. I don't care how many buzzwords you want to throw in your movies, how you want to guilt people, how trendy you want to be, how hip you want to be. You're not producing real James Bond films anymore, because you make 007 this chick. It's such a dumb Here's the thing. I'm smart enough to know what it actually is in the story. He leaves at the end of Spectre. See, I'm going to sound like a dick for it, but everyone that wants to go like, oh, you don't know a James Bond movie you've never seen. I'm like, dude, I've seen Bond movies more times than you've seen most movies in general. Like, I know my shit. When it comes to James Bond at the end of Spectre, he goes off with her. I get it that he's going to go off and be a married guy in quotations and have this life, and somebody took over for the 007 moniker. That's how it would work. It's like when the president, when they get a new president, they're still called the president. It's not about, oh, they're going to call him something else. There's another president. So there'd be another 007 when he leaves, but I understand that's the story. As a storytelling element, it's stupid, and I don't understand what it actually achieves outside of this. Remember, Dion, when we were talking about creating stories versus creating whatever to your small agenda-driven audience?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yep.
Could anyone convince me that this is a great storytelling device and it's not agenda-driven for social media in 2020?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Nope.
I can't, with a good conscience, just willingly accept this and go, oh, this is a great idea. No, it's fine. It's a stupid idea. And it's sad, but still funny. They're already pulling the guilt stuff. So would you like to hear some of the bullshit that's going on right now?
Might as well.
So.
James Bond actress Lashana Lynch on, why did this just go black? 007, criticism over 007 casting. I'm part of something revolutionary. No, you're not.
No.
Okay, so Lashana Lynch, who was previously rumored to take over Daniel Craig's role as James Bond in the 2021 film No Time to Die, which we have no time to watch, has seemingly confirmed the news and has opened up about the abuse she has endured since being cast as the first female 007.
Abuse?
The first black female 007. Sorry, I forgot.
Okay. Yeah. I can't see the picture at all, so I don't know what color she is. I'm sorry.
Oh, you know her. She's in Captain Marvel. I know. But you don't know.
God damn it.
Womp womp.
I know. Anyway, moving on. In an interview with Harper's Bazaar, she's 32. She looks rough for 30. Anyway, has been putting more emphasis on meditating and spending time with her family while taking a step back from social media amid the backlash she has received from her career-defining role. It ain't a career-defining role because the movie's not fucking out yet. How is it a career-defining role? You know what? Jerry Lewis's career-defining role is the clown movie that never got released. Not anything else he's ever done. Not that fucking retarded telethon. That movie that no one has seen. That is his See, I hate how everything in entertainment right now is promoted as the best. She's not the best. She's done all this stuff. She hasn't done shit. The movie's not out. You're not really 007. We talked about the court of public opinion. Outside of idiots, no one will ever see this woman as 007. She's not 007. James Bond. There are 6 guys that have officially played the role. There's a couple other ones that are unofficial, like David Niven, and Barry Nelson's technically the first over Sean Connery. Sorry. But this woman, at the end of the day, this is one of those things that no one will remember in a positive light because it sucked from the get-go. Now, what were your thoughts? Dion, we'll start with you. You have a very great take on how James Bond can't be a woman, but he can be a black dude, and you're like, wow, that's kind of offensive. How do you feel about them pushing so hard to have a female black 007?
Well, one, and to your point about the actual first James Bond, that version of Casino Royale kind of sucked. But
You're being
one, and I say it all the time on this show. I try to be the cool uncle that gives life advice. And the thing that I always say outside of hunting dicking at the end of the day, don't try to fucking con a con man. And specifically, what I am referencing is, I had to take a break from all the abuse. You wanted this. The dummies that own the property wanted this. They are of the opinion that controversy transforms into coin by magic because fucking plot. Again, just like Jeff said, this is definitely trying to play the abuse card. Now, listen, I understand. I'm talking from the perspective of someone who's pretending to take this seriously, right? So say I am okay with, turning James Bond into a black woman. So even saying that you have to do something that gets the long-term fans to stick around and watch, because new fans, they're not going to come to James Bond I know that they think that, but they're not just going to come to, James Bond's a black woman now I'll watch. So even if you have that switch, it ain't going to be successful because all the old fans are going to take off running for the fucking hills. Exactly. Also, when you purposefully use that as a bait and switch for the movie, that was part of the original trailer, was, I'm your replacement. You clearly want there to be a conflict. Conflict is what you're trying to sell the fucking movie on. So I cannot legitimately buy, I had to take time off and all the abuse that I for this career-defining role. Then why did you get in it? You called it revolutionary. There's not been a revolution in this motherfucker where the people involved don't think it's some kind of abuse. You knew what you were getting into. And I'm not trying to say that as it's okay to abuse her. If there are people, it's a big ass if, that shit's wrong. But you wanted that. You wanted to use that in order to sell the film that you are a part of. Second thing of the whole don't con a fucking con man thing. It is incredibly bad storytelling. That's why the initial reception of this shit was so poor. With him, you're gonna have a James Bond film. You make a huge uproar about bringing Daniel Craig back. You make a huge uproar of the next James Bond film, and they even went so far as to say as Craig is back. But then all of a sudden you're gonna be like, and here's a new James Bond. It's a black woman. It's about time. You can't have both sides of that fucking coin. You can't have your cake and eat it too. So either Craig is back, or you're doing something different. You can't judge and blame the fans for something like calling you on your bullshit. And that's what this was. Craig is back, and it's going to be Bond is back, and it's no time to die. Just kidding, there's a new James Bond. It's about time we had something new. That has never worked in the history of cinema. That random bait and switch shit where you're trying to goad the fans to come back has never fucking worked. It's not going to work because this time it happens to be a black woman. And that's what's so dumb here. This is a poor con. It's a very dumb con. It's this is dumber than fucking New Coke. Like you can't take out what people love and then throw it in their face that it's different as if you're gonna watch it anyway. And that's before even getting to the whole embarrassing, insulting, it's about time we had a black woman James Bond, because that's what you said, right? Like, no, we want good female black characters, not rehashes. So you've got a huge litany of problems before you even get to the insulting bit. And that's why, outside of the terrible fucking name, why this movie, unless it's a goddamn surprising barn burner, is going to do so bad.
Why can't it be an Indian lady?
Exactly.
When I think of British people that aren't white, I instantly go to Indian because
There's a lot of them.
Because I'm not a fucking idiot. I know history. So I'm just saying, like, this is a very measured thing. It's a very dumb thing. Kendo, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut people off earlier. Do you guys, Nick and Kendo, do you guys have stuff you want to add about this with her being the, like, what is your take on her doing this? Is it really a good is it a good ploy or a good player?
Well, okay. First of all, we've been in kind of, there's this thing going on, it's called a pandemic. We've all been separating things again. How have you been abused and like, this, like, what did somebody say? Did somebody say nasty something nasty to you on your Twitter or something, and it, like, it shook you? Is that what happened? You had to go find your fucking chi in your nice house in LA or London, wherever the hell you live.
You're
like,
a high-paid actress. My heart bleeds for you.
Yeah. It's like and once again, like Dion said, like, you knew what this was once you signed the contract, and I'm sure they gave you a fake script to read and everything. You knew what this was. You knew what you were doing. You read the script. Well, actually, you're an actor. You probably didn't read the script. But even then, you knew what this was. You knew what was going on, and you can't be the self-righteous actor and be like, oh, I want to do this, I want to make a difference, and not think there are not going to be repercussions. Come the fuck on. We all know James Bond. It's an old franchise. We know how it started. We know what's going on. We know all the tropes and everything from it. And
okay, sorry.
I was gonna say to think that there's people are gonna just accept you right off the bat. That's retarded. Especially when the studio wants, they've said before, oh, we're not going to change James Bond, but we're going to anyways. But we're not. But Daniel Craig's back, but he's here, but he's not, and we're going to change it, but we said we weren't. It's like, make up your fucking mind and make a good damn movie. It's dumb. I don't know what they're trying to do.
Kendo? So I got a couple things on this. Number one, this is like the train that you see far off in the distance. You saw it coming. We see it coming. We've seen this coming from the moment they released that first trailer. We knew it was coming. Am I shocked? Am I surprised that this is the move they're making? Not at all, because they took their finger out, they licked it, they held it up in the air on Twitter and said, this is where it's going. We need to do this. So this was telegraphed from a mile away. Secondly,
yes,
what you're going to do is take your fan base here. It's like a pie. Half of them are gone. And the half that stays there are part of them is going to be the diehards that will never leave, that think everything you do is great. See WWE fans. Some of them. The other part of it is going to be the people that you think are going to get roped in by this magnificent movement you're taking, where you're going to pull this person into this new role, and she's intersectional, and you're going to bring all this huge amount of people into your fandom. The problem with that is the people you do attract, the new people, aren't going to replace and make up for everybody that you've alienated and pushed away by ruining the property in their eyes. Third, assaulting them, or verbally assaulting them, going the Star Wars Disney route of calling them racist, sexist, all these other things to try to guilt them into liking your movie and keeping on with your property. We've seen that does not work, and it's not going to continue to work. So you can try, and it's not going to work. It's a bad idea. You shouldn't do it, but you're going to anyway, because you can't get out of your own way. And, the property will suffer for it. There's nobody to blame but yourself, but you will blame us. Finally, what does this do for women and black women? Absolutely nothing. Because you're taking a character that was well established, that's been out for 60 years, that has a rich history and lore, and you're giving it a new paint of coat and swapping a few bits and pieces and saying, this is the exact same thing it's been this whole time. Instead of creating a new role in which you could start from scratch and let her take over and build something around it that way, to actually trailblaze and actually do something, that you could hang your hat on and say, look what we did. We've created a black female spy hero person. You just said, nah, we're going to go ahead and retire the white guy and we're going to put her in here and it's going to be just as great as it always was and everything's going to be great. No, you're doing them a disservice because you're saying we can't and we won't invest the time and energy and money in building something specifically for this one or two groups that we want to check the boxes for. We're going to have to go ahead and just take an established product because it's not worth putting in the effort to do it. We're just going to swap a few things out and say, you may go now. So there you go. That's what you've done here. Good job.
And when I see that happen, I think that's more egregious, and I think that's even more racist to think than than for them, not doing it at all. It's just like, at least if they don't do it at all, and they just just say, oh, we're never gonna do it, it's fine, whatever. But the fact that they just like press or change or switch or whatever it is, these characters, and they just think, oh, it's fine now. It's like, that's a really shitty and racist thing to do in my eyes, that you just didn't, once again, like Kendo said, take time and effort and money to invest something into a brand new character storyline and whatever for this particular group, and check the box and everything.
And now, folks, for those out there that were complaining about looking at Lashana Lynch, I've changed it. You don't have to look at the ugly James Bond, and you don't have to look at her either. So there you go. The 007 gun barrel. Can anyone really complain about that?
Nope.
No.
I'm sure some crazy person will be like, James Bond shouldn't use a gun. He should solve problems with his words.
Yeah, someone's gonna get triggered by the blood or the gun insinuated violence or something. Who knows?
It's great how only the Bond franchise gets put under this microscope. Mission Impossible doesn't get put under the microscope, and guess what? They still make movies that entertain people and appease these weirdos at the same time.
And they're super misogynistic. Oh my god, they're so problematic. I love them.
I just love how, like, the Rebecca Ferguson character, they even tease at the romance, but then they're just like, no. It just was such a good
It was
character.
really well done. God, the way they built that relationship. I loved that they didn't lean into the romance in Rogue Nation and sort of held on to that till fall. Oh, God, it was so well done in the past, too. Yeah. I'm impressed they've been able to keep their shit up this long. Though I have to say, I don't think Tom Cruise, no matter how off the wall or psycho or weird he gets, can ever count as a misogynist because he's just too short. Like, it's too cute. Women. That's adorable.
Well, he is also a Scientologist and he's crazy, so there's that.
Exactly.
Well, and again,
I roll with my windows when I drive past the Church of Scientology.
I mean,
I've seen it happen.
You're already part of a group that them motherfuckers don't like very much. So it's probably a good reason that you rolling windows up. We can't have Scientologists taking fucking pot shots at you now. They're fucking crazy as shit.
Our peoples have to stick together on this shit.
Listen, yeah, you damn right. But again, the problem again is, this. And listen, I empathize with Hollywood and movie studios with the fact that it is hard to make a new character. Like, I understand that. I understand that. It's very difficult to make a new character that people like and make a good character that's good enough to keep people watching it. I empathize with that shit. But that's the business you chose, right? Yeah. And if anything, cutting corners to try and to bring something back to prominence fails more often than it fucking works. There are few to no examples of randomly gender and race swapping a main character, and it working, because it's not about people not wanting to see a person of color or a woman in a substantial role. You have a character that's been established. You had James Bond 007. James Bond 007. While we acknowledge in the lore that 007 is a code name and James is his fucking name, we understand that. Yes, we understand that. But the movie isn't marketed as, hey, it's just a code name. Who's going to be the next James Bond? Or who's going to be the next 007? It's marketed as James Bond. It's a specific person who happens to have a numbered moniker. The numbered moniker makes the James Bond part cool. The James Bond part doesn't make the 007 part cool. And this weird desire to flip that narrative where it's just 007. Now it's time we had a woman. No one has said that. No one has said that.
When anyone says it's about time for a blank, I usually stop listening because shut the fuck up. It's about time for you to shut up. What I want to tell these people.
Well, and even that, like, to once again, to grade a character is rough. But I mean, look at John Wick. You know, they're going to do part 4. We've watched all 3 of them. They've been good.
Mhm.
And that was a sleeper hit we didn't know about until later. And and we've bought toys from it. We have all the stuff from it and everything. I have all 3 movies. Like, they put the time in to make that character, and they've done a good job.
Oh God, yeah.
And it's part of pop culture. I like to say now, and they've done the work, and it's happened. But see, that right there shows you it's like they took a chance, and it worked out. The thing is that Hollywood has to take a chance and really think about this stuff. If you want this thing, what you have to do is make it seem like it's normal that this person's that person. You can't just constantly point out it's like, oh, it's a black woman. Oh, it's a black woman. Oh, it's a black woman. It's like, don't do that for 90 minutes of the movie. Just move on and just keep going with it like it's normal. That's the secret.
Right, and who who knows? That may be the case in the movie, but they've made this so adversarial that no one's gonna stick around to see if that's the fucking case. No. There hasn't been a franchise kickoff or even a sales point in the history of mankind where starting it off with you're gonna like this or you're a fucking piece of shit. That's never worked. No one's like, you know what, I want to buy what you're selling because you called me a piece of shit. That's never fucking worked. That's never fucking worked. So even if the movie comes out and they do a somewhat great story where we would sit there and be like, you know what, I get it. No one's gonna want to risk it because. And again, that's what pissed me off about her saying she was so abused. When they announced it, what did she say? She interviewed with fucking Vanity where she goes, "Too bad." Like you can't start a fight and then be all hurt and butthurt when the person that you started a fight with starts swinging back.
Exactly.
And Nick,
that's Hollywood in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, Nick, you made an excellent
point. That's
point.
exactly what they do.
Well, Nick, you talked about the point about the equality stuff in terms of how the character we treated. Darian217 sends in a super chat. Thank you. He says that
family.
I'll wait for the card. Thank you.
Thanks for your chat, Darian. Family.
Now, here's a good question. Will they show her getting tortured? Craig got the rope to his balls. How about Pierce Brosnan's torture and die another day with the waterboarding and poisoning? Will she be Super 007 Mary Ray Sue and never get caught? Yes.
100%. 100%. She will not get caught. She will not get tortured. 100%.
If I can go back to the train metaphor, where we saw this coming from a mile away, we see this coming from a mile away too. The very first standalone 007 Bond movie with whatever her name's going to be, she's going to get out of every jam, and at the end of it, they're going to say something about how she does such a great job, and she doesn't get caught in this and that and the other thing, and she's going to say something. There's going to be a remark to the effect of, well, that's because I'm a woman, and or something like that, or it's going to say something that denigrates every character that's come before her is playing Bond, or just the previous James Bond in general, and just put him down as, yeah, he was a man. Duh, of course he was going to get caught. I'm a woman. Hear me roar. Rawr.
And if anyone says to Kendo, oh, that's so harsh, you could never put that in a Bond movie. How does the Batwoman trailer go? This suit is perfection. It will be when it's on a woman.
Exactly. That was the trailer. Right. And as soon as it happened, I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'm not watching it.
Do you guys not realize what time period we're living in now? It's the era of woke. We have to force it and put it out there, and we have to go as woke as possible to show you how goddamn progressive we are and how you should fucking love us.
It feels like we're so far past that, though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't, like, people are just so desensitized, but also still against it. Like, nobody just rolled over and was like, wokeness is fine. I'll just deal with it. Everyone pushed back, and, like, we just stopped watching shit.
No. And
it circles back here and there. It circles back here and there. It's like Jaws. When you think it's gone, it pops up.
And then unlike Jaws, we enjoy that.
And then it falls into the Caribbean because it can smell your family from thousands of miles away.
Right. And then it roars like a lion.
Well, and two, it's like, some shit just doesn't work. And it's not the fault of misogyny or racism or a archaic fan base. Some shit just doesn't work. And even and there are so many cases, especially in cinema, where fans are forgiving of stuff. They might be like, it wasn't that bad, but or that was a bad idea, but the movie wasn't that bad, or the show wasn't that bad. That happens all the time. But it's just
like Dark Fate.
Well, I don't know about all that shit. That definitely doesn't fit the criteria. I'll tell you that.
Dude, you have been on a roll. I just wanted to derail you once, but you're already back on track. So fuck it, just keep going.
Well done. That was good. But you don't get. See, you got me. You fucking got me there. I had to fucking find where the fuck I was going.
No, that train metaphor.
Right.
It's coming and you can see it, but then it says Dion on it. And Jeff runs in, and Dark Fate sticks the fucking cow in front of it and knocks it off the track.
right off.
Because he forgot to put his cow catcher on the front.
Or like that fucking meme with the bus, where the bus is one thing, it's just the train fucking smoking it. Like, oh, there's Dion's point. Dark Fate. but fucking, it's no one. You can't start a fist fight and then all of a sudden call for a conversation. Like, you can't fucking do that. And people would risk it. They would risk it if you just didn't start it off so adversarial. And again, we've seen this happen before. Proud Mary was an attempt at this very fucking thing. And it fucking failed. Because they were so busy reminding everyone, this is a woman. She's a black woman who's an assassin. It's a woman. Hey, remember that chick from Empire? She's black and she's a woman. And she's an assassin.
No way.
Yeah, very way. And she's an assassin. And she's also, wait for it, black. That movie fucking failed. Because, and I say it all the time, when you focus, and that's why No Time to Die, horrible name, is probably going to be bad. When you focus so hard on checking that box, you forget other aspects as you're writing this movie. Like, oh, fuck, the character has to be fucking interesting. Oh, fuck, this has to be a journey that the audience fucking
cares about
and confides in. Oh fuck, it's a character that if we want a franchise, people want to give money for. And you forget to do that when you're so busy trying to start fights on Twitter. When all your efforts in that, you kind of forget, oh, I have to actually put a fucking climax in this movie. Oh fuck, there has to be a fucking overall underlining connecting story. And if you're just like, oh, she's black, you're going to forget, oh, fuck. What were we doing here? What were we supposed to be talking about? Oh, yeah, James Bond. She's James Bond now. Thanks. Come back in 2 years. It never works. It doesn't work.
Well, I know I've been hearing of a movie that's coming out. The trailer's been out for a little bit. It's called the 355. I don't know if you guys have heard about this. 5 women band together to stop global organization from acquiring a weapon that could thrust the teetering world into total chaos.
Of course.
Yeah.
Now, that one sounds better. Do you remember when they tried this like 2 years ago at that movie, The Kitchen? It was based on a comic book.
Oh God, yeah.
It had all this and that.
Well, okay. I actually watched that, and the funny thing at the end is that those 3 women hate each other at the end. They were like, the movie was like, oh, them working together because their husbands are in jail and they have to form this whole thing. And then I think I forget, one of them becomes more powerful than the other. And then they start doing a power grab because they can't deal with it, and they I think they kill each other, or they become enemies or something. It didn't end really well, and it wasn't like this whole I love how it was pegged as a women camaraderie. We're gonna do this thing and build up. It's like, no, at the end of it, you all hate each other, want to kill each other. What was the point of this?
I love that the movie had a budget of $38 million and made a whopping $16 million.
Yeah, that movie was a flop. And again, that was another perfect example of why that doesn't work. If you already have an interesting story with 3 wives of mobsters who are gone to fucking jail, that story in of itself is interesting. You fucking add too much goddamn filler when you're like, hey, did you guys realize that they're women and they're mothers? Hey, they live in the kitchen, and it's called The Kitchen, and they're women who do a lot of scenes, you guessed it, in their kitchen. Hey, did you see the line in the trailer where it's Melissa McCarthy and she's talking to her daughter, and the daughter asks her, she goes, well, sometimes you gotta look good because she's a woman. Did you get it? And she's a woman in the kitchen. Like, you can't make a whole movie based on that. No, you can't do it. And that's why it was like, we get, hey, here's Tiffany Haddish. Not only is she a woman in the kitchen, the city known as the kitchen, but also, hey, come here, she's black. Like, you can't that can't be the whole character.
Right. It's
Like, the
we're sitting
movie
around
made
in a
itself.
script writing room.
Yes.
All right. When we're writing this script, what's the most important thing we got to do? Character development? No. On every page, you have to mention that they are black and or a woman. That is the important part of this movie. It's like, well, no, shouldn't the story be important in the character development? No, just their skin color and their gender.
No, we got you. We got to fight the patriarchy. You know what's happening in Hot Washington right now?
Can
Come
you come in
on.
here for a second? Can you come in here for a second? Yeah, what's up? I've been reading your script, and there's been 3 pages where you haven't mentioned that this person is a woman or black. Rewrite it. Oh, okay.
Rewrite it now. You're fired.
Yeah, that's where we're at right now with a lot of these movies.
You're right.
It's like
completely right.
on the big board of ideas, orders of importance, it goes color, gender. That's it. It's like, no, you need to have character, story, arc, plot. No. It's the important things that we need to draw attention to instead of, letting that just kind of slide by while the important thing is the story and the characters.
Oh, good. We're popping up in people's recommended list. I like that.
Good.
Yeah,
I know. But I think this one comes from Jacob Kaiju. He says, I think this SJW stuff is going to collapse onto itself in the future. These morons will learn that this stuff will destroy careers and making money. Jacob, thank you very much for your generous super chat. You're speaking the truth because, like someone said in the chat, why do these studios want to go subvert expectation when people go to see the movies based on expectations? There was a point made in the chat that was excellent. Where'd it go? Shit. I'll find it in a second. But what do you guys think of that Jacob Kaiju's comment?
It's right on the nail, man. I mean, it's you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't keep playing the bait and switch. That's not a card you can play when it comes to convincing someone to give you their fucking money. If your whole goal is, hey, here's your expectation, we're purposefully going against it. That pisses the person off. No one buys from someone when they've been fucking misled outright. That's not ingenuity, that's deception. And deception is a hard fucking sell. You're not going to go to a Best Buy, and when you're about to pay for your items, the dude behind the counter goes, "All right, yeah, nice buy, asshole." You're gonna be like, "Yo, what the fuck?" You're not gonna be like, "You know what? You're right. You call me an asshole. I'm gonna buy 2 of these." That doesn't work. That's not how that fucking shit works. And you keep subverting your fan base's expectation. Eventually, they're gonna say, "All right, I'm done," and they're gonna fucking walk away from the table.
Yeah, and with everything that's especially with this year being issued, they just want escapist entertainment. If they can escape for 90 minutes and have some fun and not deal with any of real world bullshit, they'll take it. And if you put ideological politics in it or identity politics or any of that shit in it, I think they're over it and they're immediately out. They're not going to give you their money, And even if they hear a sense of whiff of it, like they have like they did with Charlie's Angels, with all that bullshit in the beginning of it. Nobody wanted to go see it.
Yeah.
Nope.
If you go to a car lot and you buy a car and the fucking motor falls out, you're not going to go back to that car lot and try to buy another car. If you do and the fucking motor falls out again, you're going to say, maybe there's a correlation here. I'm just not going to shop at that particular place anymore. And that's pretty much woke entertainment.
Yeah.
Well, and again, there's a way to do it. Even if you want to, okay, I want to make a movie and I want to have a strong female black character. There are endless ways to do it, and you've already chosen a fucking difficult task when you do an established character, right? Subtlety is so important. Because it keeps the people you're trying to talk to invested in what the fuck you're doing. And you forcing something because I know what's good for you. Trust me, it's about time this happened. Rejection is a natural response to that. Obviously, if you wanted it they wanted it so bad. If they were really honestly believing in that, they wanted it so goddamn bad to have a strong black woman 00. There are fucking 8 other 00s you can do. And people love original characters, especially for spin-offs. Make her 006. I mean, you don't have to do 006. I mean, obviously that's kind of shits on GoldenEye, but you can even make her 001. She replaced 001. And if that's and the fans, and it happens all the time, fans enjoy characters so much they want more of them. And that's such a better way to do it than shoving it in their face and be like, hey, trust me, you want a black female Bond because it's about time, because otherwise you're sexist. People would reject that in their fucking sleep. You have so many easier options to spoon feed people that shit. This isn't it.
Well, hold on. Let me tell you the rest of her story real quick, and then we're going to move to Back to the Future because it's a happier topic. I am one black woman. If I were another black woman cast in the role, it would have been the same conversation. She would have gotten the same attacks, the same abuse, she said. I just have to remind everyone that the conversation is happening, and I'm a part of something that will be very, very revolutionary. Yes, Lashana Lynch, you will be part of something revolutionary, like Alden Ehrenreich and Emilia Clarke were part of the first flop that was a Star Wars film. You and every other jabroni in that cast. The first James Bond film directed by an American will be the first James Bond film to flop massively. Because, you're going to blame coronavirus. You're going to blame a million other things. Look in the fucking mirror. Barbara Broccoli, Michael G. Wilson, sell the franchise literally to anybody else.
Sell to Jeff.
Yeah, sell to us. We'll make way better Bond movies.
Dude, if there was we could make the best Bond movies. Fuck it. Because we're fans, and we we wouldn't make the films ourselves. You just get people that are filmmakers.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, yeah. We would write them and make sure they were good and everything. Stuff like that.
Don't get me wrong.
So you're gonna make our Bond movie.
myself as a
First
Bond
step.
villain. For sure.
Yeah, like here you go. First step of making a Bond movie from WCBS Studios. He's a white British guy. Get over it. That's just how this one is.
Can I wait? My only request is can I be Q? Can that happen? That's my only request.
Can you do a British accent?
Not really well.
You can be Q in the porn adaptation.
I was gonna say we'll talk off air because I've got another way you could do this.
Okay.
Let's read some super chats. Never mind. Somebody sent me a thing about Rose McGowan suffers a broken arm while reading the election results. Oh, how do you fucking break your arm reading the screen?
Wait, what?
It just says
that's almost as bad as that trash bagger breaking his legs jumping off the second rope.
My little sister once broke her arm opening a door.
How did she do it?
She was running.
Somebody needs to drink some more milk.
And now that almond bullshit, the actual the
actual stuff. Calcium fortify those bones. The fucking dairy industry was right.
Legitimately, at the time, she was a kid and hated milk. So we actually do think that was why. No, she was running full tilt at one of those doors that has the push handle, and so had her arms extended in front of her to push the door open.
Well, that's a little different.
Up on her and fractured her wrist.
Yeah, I was just saying, that's a little different than when you say, "Oh, she broke her arm opening a door," because most people are going to say, "Wait, she turned the handle and pulled or pushed and her arm broke." That doesn't. Yeah, no. When you're going fucking straight after a
she's
door,
Mrs. Glass.
To be fair, she pushed on a door that she thought would open. It did not open, and the resulting pressure broke her wrist.
Ooh.
So it's
there you go. It's
not
the immovable object
less
thing.
lame. It's not that much less lame.
So you should use the phrase. She needs some milk.
She did. Got milk.
Some milk.
So we're about to read super chats and stuff. So Dion, when we were drinking,
Yes,
you learned the danger of Jeff with the power of StreamYards, correct?
I did.
Did I ruin it for you?
Oh God.
No, you didn't ruin anything. I saw you bring that tool back out a little bit ago.
I feel like this problem was more pre-gaming than actually drinking for the stream, because it was mostly us sitting here for the hours before the stream already loaded with you going, look at this.
Oh my God.
Can I use that to show you believe in fate? Let me use this. Dion, do you want fate or the horse?
Oh.
I wanted to say, do you believe in fate? And then Mackenzie Davis comes up out of the corner of the
Oh
screen.
my God.
I really didn't want to subject our audience to that. I mean, they were,
But it'll make Dion upset. That's the best part.
it also make them arouse. So that's the weirdest
That's
part.
true.
Hey, especially if you got that
Awkward
butterfly
boner
knife.
Oh,
have another
geez.
fly across the screen. I'd be like, oh shit, I'm having flashbacks.
Oh, Jeff,
Yo,
there's a good opportunity for you to use that one special famous little bit of ours when we were talking about Lashana Lynch as being the next 007.
My mind is blanking. Text me real quick, and then I'll pick this. Oh, you mean this one?
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
And that's why he won't see this movie.
So there's no time to watch for George W.
Well, no. He's painting cats, right? Give the guy a break.
Oh, I don't follow the former president, so I don't know.
Oh, he's become quite an
Instagram is
artist.
banging.
I don't know what he's up to, but I know he doesn't care about black people while he's doing
He's become quite the artist. So he's painting these days.
So 007 Clutch says, really want you guys to read scary stories. No Lena Dunham stories, though, please.
No, these are all from that Schwartz guy.
Yeah.
We should read one on The Hangover this Sunday.
I agree.
Okay. Let's see. Cadence82, we read his. Thank you very much. We read Rolf, a.k.a. Fire Marshal Bill. Barney the Nuclear Source woke reeks. Not woke anymore. Says, announcing a black female 007 shortly after Sean Connery's death is just like when Screen Rant did it with Chadwick Boseman. I was making a video about this topic, and I will the opening sentence was, Sean Connery hasn't even passed away a couple days, and they're already doing this shit. Like this, I don't think this is intentional to capitalize on his passing, but I do think this is one of those situations. It's a tone deaf. And here's the thing: the Bond camp has been very shitty in the way they're handling like Sean Connery's legacy. Like, you people wouldn't have millions of fucking dollars if it wasn't for the charisma of that dude. You have two guys. Yeah. There are two men you want to thank for making Bond the way he is on screen: Connery and Terrence Young, the director. Yeah, Broccoli and Saltzman, they were the producers. They hired the right people and stuff like that. But realistically, those two dudes are what made James Bond the way he is. And the fact that you guys aren't doing enough. It's like when Mark Hamill or Harrison Ford passes away, Star Wars better fucking do, 24-hour tweets and all this shit, like remembering how great these dudes were. So, like, just the James Bond franchise, you're really disappointing me right now. Yep. The dude is the godfather of your franchise. You said that too.
Yeah, Sean Connery brought their ass to the dance. They need to appreciate that.
Exactly. But they don't care. They want to push this new movie and their agenda. I heard a rumor that apparently Netflix is interested in buying the movie.
Yep. Yeah, I saw that on online. I think. Fuck, who was it that was supporting? Yeah, but yeah, I saw that too. They, Netflix don't mind dropping a couple $100 million fucking dollars and losing.
Yeah, but here's I mean, and yeah. See, there you go. Yeah, and here's the thing though.
Money away. Don't worry, we didn't see that movie, but what they'll throw money away for.
That's true, and like their whole thing's messed up. But that's one of those things where it's like they're desperate and they're like hiking their price up again, and it's like this is not going to help you at all.
You still have to make good shit too.
Yeah, this is not going to help you at all. It was funny because I think like 2 or 3 years ago they had signed some deal with Nickelodeon, and none of that shit's on their platform. I was like, if you were to dump all of 90s Nickelodeon onto your platform, like all of it, every single episode of everything, I could justify that price tag. That's fine.
I agree, because instead of Netflix pumping all this money into bullshit, why don't they use this time to just buy up the movies that can't come out? And then if you jack up the price slightly, you're like, yeah, we're a little more expensive, but we're the streaming service where you can watch blockbuster films that 2020 canceled. You want to talk about canceling a shit? Make fun of that. Like, Netflix could come up with this really great marketing plan. Like, oh, yes, we jacked up the price to $15. What does that get you? The movies that this year took away. I guarantee people will be like, oh, fuck, that's kind of a good deal. It's not, look at your bullshit Netflix back catalog. I'm sure it makes you money. I don't have the metrics because you hide them for the most part. But like, is 13 Reasons Why the most popular thing? No, but James Bond would get more people. This is the last time too you can do this with James Bond, because after this, when you jump the shark, there's no going back. That shark ate your ass. Your franchise is done. We are still talking about Star Wars 5 years after they shit the bed, and that shit ain't going away. So.
Yeah. And I mean, that thing is like if Netflix were to do that tomorrow, like spend, let's say, $2 billion in buying up all these movies that didn't come out or whatever, they could justify that price tag and I'd be okay with that. But even then, like, I think it's too little, too late with them. They've really shit the bed, and they've dug their heels in and they're sitting their ground in a weird way for that movie. Yeah, and I don't like that. Well, I mean. Yeah, it's and here's also a weird correlation to that thing. To that movie, they're pushing Stranger Things and they're doing that, but they're not doing their Glow series, which is something that is in their wheelhouse and something that they want to promote because it's part of their agenda.
They're wanting every time it was on, like every week. Oh, it dropped at once. Good binge watching. Yeah.
Oh yeah. But like certain things is is about kids and Glow isn't. So take that into consideration. It's a weird correlation, but think about it.
I get what you're saying though. But basically, even if you want to take that correlation, I would go. If you want to promote this, let's just say they're promoting an agenda. If you want to play into that game, Glow plays into that agenda.
Exactly.
But it still kicks ass. It's got nudity. It's funny. The guys aren't played as a look at Mark Maron is awesome in that show.
Oh, I fucking love Mark Maron in that show. God damn,
they don't make him like this ineffectual limp dick loser. Sam's got issues, but he's also got so much story. It's compelling. Like I want to know what happens with his daughter. I want to know what happens with the script she was writing. What's going to happen now that they're in Las Vegas? Like, Netflix, for all the agenda you want to push, I bet you the money they put or spent on that really shitty French film that we don't talk about, that you could have got a good chunk of Glow done.
Seriously.
Well, I mean, apparently their excuse for that is the pandemic, and I'm just like, well, I've seen.
What is Allison Brie doing right now that would prevent her from preparing for Glow?
Exactly,
Baby Franco.
That was a mistake.
Kenda for the win. Yeah, because I mean the thing is like and once again I've seen set photos for Stranger Things. Like they're filming right now. It's happening. They got masks on. They're doing the whole thing. Like it's happening. So this aspect of like, oh, the pandemic's affecting this is bullshit. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't hold water. And even then, the Get Down follows their narrative and their political agenda and all that other stuff as well. It's the exact same thing. They cut that off after season 2, and that was a wonderful show. But for some reason, they just cut it off. It's weird, but they kept 13 Reasons Why for 4 seasons. Like, why? Why? They're so fucking bizarre. It is so bizarre.
Barney the Spaceosaurus Nuclear Reek says, well, that's it. I'm calling my lawyer. Well, you said layer, but I know you meant lawyer. I was giving you shit, buddy. But maybe Ninja Lawyer Steve can help you out.
Yay,
yeah. I mean,
and a ninja.
And his name is Steve. So, by the way, Ninja Lawyer Steve sent me an awesome email, guys, about remember how last week he said he had to take his mom to see Anaconda on Mother's Day?
Yes.
He sent me the story, and I won't tell you the person, but it's funny. They just, there was nothing there to see, so they kind of got stuck. And I think his mom didn't like snakes, and my mom's afraid of snakes. So I told him the story how we saw a garter snake in the backyard, and I've seen my mom run once in her life. It was when she saw a snake in the backyard. She ran down that fucking hill. Dion, you've been to my backyard.
Yep.
You have too, Jesse. You know how this. Oh, you've all been to my backyard. You know what the hill's like. My mom ran that shit because she was so afraid of a snake. I love shit like that.
You've been parked out that backyard many a time.
Yeah, you have. And hopefully we'll be there to go to Indianapolis soon. Let's see.
Don't tease me. Don't tease me.
Let's see. The Barney the Nucleosaurus Reek says, my unauthorized remake is proof that Hollywood is stealing ideas from YouTube parody vids of grim, dark movies. If they ever steal our idea for a film, they stole it from us because nobody came up with that concept.
Yeah, and ours are so unique that like they would have to listen to the podcast to know about it.
Yeah, or read the comic and its sequels, but that's neither here nor there. Rolf, thank you very much. Rolf Mutzelberg says that Avatar wasn't the fire marshal; it was Rolf Mutzelberg. This is the fire marshal.
See, you did it wrong, Rolf. You should have been like, that Avatar was Rolf. This one is the fire marshal. Let me show you something.
I still want to see young Kendo doing that skit so bad.
I'd pay $10,000 for time travel to watch it live.
I know, it would be so much fun to see.
I love it. Maldus Oliver, thank you very much. He says this is Hollywood doing a victory lap. Yeah, but prematurely. If this year has proven anything, folks, it's that just when you think things are different, the universe says, "Hold my beer." So,
yeah,
I'm glad that the universe is talking to people like Disney and big entertainment companies right now, because it's like, you guys want to start shit? Yeah, we'll start it too. It's called karma. TLJ Screwjob says, speaking of Oliphant, I was watching Hitman on the high seas, and a certain raunchy scene with the love interest came up. Turns out it was unrated.
Yeah, buddy. I know which part you're talking about.
Yeah, Olga Kurylenko, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hitman had her first. Sorry, Bond.
That's right.
Ooh.
Chris Letitia, thank you very much, says, don't you mean the Nugget one? R.I.P. Owen Hart. God,
Oh yeah.
I'm texting you.
Our friend Larry, thank you very much. He sends in a thumbs up sticker. Thank you very much, Larry, for joining us each and every week. 007 Class says, I want Henry Cavill to play 007 and Spider-Man. I also want to see Anna react to both.
God damn it!
Damn.
I follow her on Twitter, and it's
She
just like
would not be able to handle that.
Dude, her and Jesse are on, or she and Jesse are on the matriarchy, and I'm over there with headphones in. Anytime Henry Cavill pops up, I hear her go, oh!
You know.
Yeah.
Noise canceling keeps Anna's
I fear for that man's life right now because
never understand.
No, Ben Shapiro does not know what this is like.
God, yeah. I fear for Henry Cavill's life because there's going to be this small, fast woman who comes after him one day and just mounts him. He's not going to be prepared for it.
Dude, she is incredibly fast moving. It's uncomfortable.
It is.
It's like a rabbit.
It is because it's her celebration. We're like, hey Anna, it's like, oh shit, where'd you go?
Yeah.
She's fast for a regular sized person, but she's like Dixie cup sized.
Yes, she is. I always think of. Do you guys remember the movie Mars Attacks?
Oh yeah.
Do you remember the lady
Yeah.
that kind of moved
Yeah.
weird? Anna moves like a fast version of that. She like glides across the floor. She moves so fast that it doesn't look like that rocking when your legs move. She's just like she's on a fucking thing at the airport, but really
A
fast.
segue,
Yeah, no, what's the moving catwalk?
Like the
people mover.
Yeah.
Yeah, the people mover.
That's how she operates, folks. There you go. There's a little bit of inside baseball into the fandom menace. Anna moves like she's on a people mover. It's fast.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's break the world. Let's watch Anna walk fast on a people mover.
That'd be incredible.
It's like the Flash.
She
except-
might no. She might time travel. Be careful with
Let's-
that.
Then let's also watch Anna walk fast backwards on a people mover faster than the people walking the correct direction on it.
all while we give her 10 pixie sticks and a gallon of Mio.
Oh my god.
Do you remember the SNL skit where Mike Myers played the handicapped kid, and he's like, my mom's car broke down, so she gave me a Coke and a Hershey bar, and I towed the car home myself. That's what I Grega, thank you very much, Greg. I don't think I've heard this name before, but welcome. Lashana Lynch can eat it. James Bond is all about toxic masculinity, which in 2020 is just really saying masculinity.
truth?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And Greg also goes in to say, I know Lashana Lynch is only playing 007 and not James Bond, but I want to say it anyway. Ian Fleming's James Bond is a straight white male. Grega, I'm with you, dude. And here's the thing, internet and the world out there, people that aren't white like James Bond the way he is. People like me, there are things I want in life. Like when I graduated from college, one of the coolest things I got was an Omega Seamaster, like James Bond. Oh, I want this, like James Bond. I don't want anything like Lashana Lynch's character. I'm never going to watch the chick on screen and go, you know, when I'm older, I really want to be like her. No, I want it to be like Connery and Brosnan. And nobody wants to be Timothy Dalton, really. He was cool, but I don't want to be him. I'm so mad.
I want to make Christmas come more than once a year. Like James Bond.
Fuck you! God damn it!
That's easy to do. It's if Charlie Sheen can pull that, so can you.
I have hope.
Yeah, there's another. Albatross Flight, thank you very much. Oh, sorry. No, first off, Barney, the Nucleosaurus, says, can't wait for South Park to temporarily change, not temporally, because it's not time travel. Kyle's mom is a bitch to Amber Turd is a bitch. I've considered writing certain song parodies of the pop culture shit we go through.
That would be fun. You should.
Uh-huh.
You should make a career of it. Album after album. You're down.
After Party Boob.
There you go.
That's what Party Boob would be.
Yeah. There you go.
We should definitely have a song called Amber Turd. To be fair, if anyone goes, oh, you'll get in trouble. There was a band called Primus that had a song called Winona's Big Brown Beaver.
Yeah.
And Winona Ryder tried to sue them, but they
It's
spelled
a
her
very
name
well-known song.
so they couldn't. So
So if you
we'll
say
change.
Amber Turd, honestly, if you just sing it as Amber Turd,
Yeah,
who's Amber Turd? Her name's Amber Heard.
Yeah.
It's a different name.
like
It's
can you,
protected under parody.
Yep.
Done.
We got it.
Wait, is she upset because she did shit on a bed?
Or no, we wrote a song about her. She's upset because we embarrassed her.
Hmm.
Well, we should put her in Woke Busters.
Yeah, we should.
I'll figure out a spot for her.
I feel like Wokebusters is like the place for everyone you need revenge upon, whether like existential in the world or like more directly focused. It's like, who are these people who need their comeuppance? I don't know. Throw them into Wokebusters.
The nice part is too, Woke Busters is one of those stories where it'll be that, but annually if shit gets stupider each year or dumber each year, I could just redo the story with more or a sequel essentially.
Exactly.
Just tell of a different story of how dumb society's gotten. So I love it.
Track the degradation of society as we know it.
Yeah, 2015 Star Wars. Albatross Flight says women wonder why dudes don't approach anymore, and yet you get horror stories like this. Well, Albatross Flight, remember last year about Henry Cavill? How he said he wasn't going to date anyone because of the current climate, and he wants to just stay home and play video games and build shit?
Yep.
And everyone freaked out. But then you have people like Anna who are normal, everyday people that are like, I respect that. So, like, even if you take Anna out because she's in love with the dude, you respect this to us.
I 100% do. And understand 1,001% why he's doing it.
Well, I mean, look what happened with Aziz Ansari. It was basically a bad date that like ruined his career for about a year and a half. So he had to go into hiding.
Exactly.
The funny part is I used to hate Aziz Ansari's work, and then I watched Parks and Rec, and now I like him.
Same with me. Honestly, yeah.
Tactical Gray, thank you very much. Dion's impression of Ruin Johnson had me on the floor. I love it.
I tried.
By the way, Nick, remember how we talked about clipping certain elements of the show?
Yes.
I took timestamps for Dion's rants tonight.
Hey, thank you, man. This is going to be real good. Then we're starting off on the right foot.
Yeah, I'll start dropping those maybe tomorrow. So
yeah, man. Whenever you want to, I'll start. If you can give me, I know you have an intro that you made or had made. Mm-hmm. Give me that too, and I'll start making them and start throwing them back at you.
Perfect. We'll start doing that. So, folks, if moving forward, if there's a hot topic, you always want to catch the show. But little snippets here and there. We've noticed the Joe Rogan Experience does it and other big podcasts. So we're just like them. So we'll do it too. So just like you. Yeah, you can spell devil. Dean Domino, thank you very much. He says, if you've emailed Nick Rekieta, I'll super chat him and tell him to read it. Dean Domino, what is the email address again? Because Kendo and I have been searching for the email. I even have proof that I said, Kendo, can you send me that email? So, Dean, if you could just resend it real quick, or somebody just resend the email, we'll do it now tonight. And while he's still streaming, you can do that because we would love to stream with Nick over Warhammer 40K. Now, Darian217, we read that one. Thank you very much. We read Jacob Kaiju's. TLJ Screwjob says, I'm glad Sir Sean Connery is not here to see this. It's a little disingenuous to his legacy. It's it's really just a bad week to have this news come out. Like, for as much as Lashana Lynch wants to cry about victim and I'm a part of something revolutionary, look, you're revolutionary for like 5 minutes until people take a breath and realize your movement's full of shit, Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, it's this tokenization of an already existing character, and it's the biggest insult for me, anyways. I think it's bigger than than making something out of building a character from scratch.
The man with the plan in the original Tan says, some people on the internet have been talking about this. Could a show about Peter Parker be done in the same vein as Smallville? Now, I love the idea of Peter Parker in high school teenage drama television show, but the reason why I don't think it'll work exactly like Smallville, the man with the plan in the original Tan, is the fact that Superman is Superman in the last episode. If you set this as he's Spider-Man, because I don't think a high school drama about a kid that constantly gets railed on is going to be interesting. It's just a nerd.
We already have that. It's the new Spider-Man movies.
Yeah. So if you want it like that, then yes. But Mount the Planet Original 10, I have been on board for a Spider-Man streaming TV show for years in that style. And he can stay in high school for 2 seasons, actually. You should have him be, sophomore, junior, that first year and kind of just get out of it. But you can have that for 2 seasons, and then you have a college drama for 4 years, and then you have a human drama forever. Like, if you can find... If Tom Holland only had one role to play because now he's in Uncharted, but if he had one role to play and you cast that dude and you set that up that way and he was cool with it, contractually you could have Spider-Man. If he was, fine, you could have him be Spider-Man for decades and watch the character grow. And I think that's the first time you'd ever see a superhero treated like that on any kind of screen, because you had the Incredible Hulk on TV and then it went away. But if you had the Spider-Man show that was part of the MCU, all about the drama, then big movies came out every 3 years, and then you had your shit over at Sony kind of tie in. Very easily, you could make a Spider-Man universe that will rival the MCU in terms of box office. Because anyone says, you're crazy, Jeff. Venom made like $800 or $900 million.
Yeah, it got real close to $1 billion. Got real close.
So, Mail to Planet the Original Tan, if they did tweaking, I love the idea of a Spider-Man drama, just he has to have the powers. It's Peter Parker as a nerd is not that compelling outside of, it's the duality that is Spider-Man. You really can't have one without the other because it's not Spider-Man. That's why we bitch constantly about that not being Spider-Man, because the secret identity, the duality, the man, the hero, the good, the bad, all gone. That's
and I mean the good thing about the previous movies, whereas with great power comes great responsibility. He kept battling that in his mind and in the character the whole time, and he had to keep that balance, and that was the fun part of seeing him do that.
Yep. Have you guys noticed too that they're trying to phase out the AT&T girl?
Yeah, I don't know. They keep let them puppies breathe.
I agree, man. She hasn't done that much. Let her do more, preferably me.
So,
amen.
We also have our friend Ninja Lawyer Steve, who says, "I think Dion's dream date qualifies as a Lena Dunham horror story."
Oh, God. Yeah. She would just sit there and tweet horrible things about him while he's just trying to talk to her civilly.
No, she'll be over the moon because a black guy that is not an asshole is so interested in her. That football player was a good football player in the NFL. What does he want to do with her?
Yeah.
God, dude. Yeah. When I heard that story, that pissed me off so much. I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you, lady?"
Let's see. Track media only. Thank you very much. Star Wars, Ghostbusters, New Charlie's Angels, Dark Fate, In Spite of Dion, etc. What makes anyone think they're going to learn? They already are They're already running a charity off money from successful properties. That is one of those things where they are, like we've even said with Star Wars, that franchise is just built on the past, and they're just cashing the checks George Lucas wrote decades ago. So that is an accurate statement, but here's the thing though, Track Media. Star Wars, Ghostbusters, Charlie's Angels, Dark Fate, all were before the current climate, the changing. I don't care how you feel about the Rona and all this shit. It changed Hollywood. It changed the entertainment industry for a while. So it's, they've ruined it, but they can't afford that anymore. So like I say, they'll be more judicious in their selection process of films. If you're going to have big IPs, they're going to do surefire hits to make money. No testing the waters for progressive shit. Jacob Kaiju. We still need a dark, gritty reboot of The Golden Girls.
Ex-military female assassins. That's her code name, Golden Girls.
Yep.
Could it be an acronym? We'll figure this out off air, but could the Golden actually stand for something really cool?
Oh yeah, of course. Why not?
Let's work on that for the Sunday Hangover.
Sure.
Darian217, thank you very much for your super generous super chat again. He says, does product placement revenue continue? Bond sells products. Pierce makes me consider buying an Omega Seamaster Professional 2531-80. If less people watch films, they won't pay for product placement for less exposure/return. And Darian, to jump off of your excellent point, Bond already is a niche, high-end market. Like the stuff that they tie in with is Belvedere vodka. That's kind of pricey. You have your Heineken. You have all this other stuff. So Bond has always been a luxury thing that people, that like Bond aspire to, like me. To buy I got it as a gift, a couple $1,000 watch, and to work to get another one is a testament of how much I love the character. On my birthday, we saw 5 Aston Martins? I had seen maybe 2 Aston Martins the entire time I lived out here. On my birthday, I saw 5. I freaked out. I want one of those cars. Do you think it's the greatest car ever made? It probably isn't that great to drive, but James Bond drives it. Therefore, I want it. That's a lot of money that people will make off of the character being what it is. So this is a lot like the Star Wars merch. Somewhere there's a warehouse full of Rose Ticos. In the future, the guy we talked to on your stream about the garbage island out of the recyclables. Yeah, they will make an island of Ray dolls. I will
of sun-beaten Ray and Rose Tico dolls are just floating out there.
Yeah, and you know what? That's where they belong, in the trash, because they're trash. But Darian217, you and I are on the same page about this stuff. Less people watching these films will equate to less product placement. And here's the thing, Sony already puts their shit in there.
Oh yeah, dude.
With Daniel Craig, I own the computer from Casino Royale. It's so weird looking back. I'm like, that computer's 15 years old. So is this fucking movie, dude. So whatever. But I digress. Thank you, Diego Flores. He says, I'm trying to get my 40K customs ready to send Cavill a pic and see if I can talk to him and to confirm the rumor for Anna about Cavill answering 40K related messages. Do you guys want to start at Henry Cavill about Warhammer 40K each week?
Yeah, this is something Diego was doing this on the matriarchy. So basically, yeah, he apparently he has in the past responded to fan messages related to some of his various nerddoms. And so Diego wants her to get his attention to find out answers for Anna about her pressing questions.
Everyone should do this, and then we come up with a series called Answers for Anna.
Oh my God, yes! It's just asking questions. Oh my God, it's just everyone figuring out ways to get Henry Cavill to pay attention to them, so we can ask all her questions.
I just kind of want to write this book now. Answers for Anna.
I love it.
It's like Flowers for Algernon, except not. So hold on. There's still Back to the Future talk, folks. K. Stodham 42 says, "Man, Lashana Lynch sounds so full of herself." And K. Stodham, well, never mind. I'm not gonna say it. Not in today's climate. Never mind. She is full of herself.
Yep.
Yeah, man. As soon as I read the article and she's like, "Oh, what was me? Like, I've been attacked." It's like you've been inside your nice mansion somewhere, either in Hollywood or London, the whole time.
Look,
so
lady,
be quiet.
Somebody said something mean to you on the internet. Tough shit. You know what?
People say mean shit to us every week.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. People, terrible shit. But you know what? Do I sit and make videos about it bitching? Do I call up Harper's Bazaar and go, "Look, guys, somebody
doesn't like me.
Somebody called me a word because of my stance on Star Wars, and I just can't handle it. It's been 5 years, guys. Can something?
Yeah.
No, fuck that. Bring it on. I prefer a straight face.
Yeah. Ken does. Yeah, Ken runs the email. And he's got a folder for death threats, and it keeps filling up all the time.
Yeah. I love it. I say, bring it on, people. We'll see you in court. Mr. Scott J87 says, "Museum of Wokeness needs to come into existence." Mr. Scott J87, just keep paying attention to our trading cards that we're putting out there. We will be the archive of all stupidity and wokeness, and we will make fun of it until it disappears. 007 Club, thank you very much again for your super generous super chats. He says, "Cavill seems to be getting phased out of The Witcher to give the girls more screen time, even though he's the title character in the book mostly follows him around." I was not aware of that. I only knew The Witcher as a video game. I didn't even know it was a book series. Yes, I'm a heretic and all this other shit. Sorry, I'm late to the party, but I'm going to give it a shot. So, but I don't like that. That's the old bait and switch. It's like, Nick, what was that horror movie? Oh, you remember how they would do like old horror movies where it's like, oh my God, Frankenstein, whatever, but Frankenstein's never shown. He's just in the shadows or some shit. Like you never get the monster in the movie.
Well, yeah. It's that stuff. I mean, Corman did that stuff, but that was actually a payoff. But I mean, there were people who did it even cheaper, and there was no payoff. But yeah, I know what you mean, man. It's the same shit. It's the exact same shit.
007 Cloud also says the AT&T girl is Roll Tide. Well, sir, you definitely know.
She is.
Yes, she is.
Our favorite of 2020,
Mississippi Power.
Yes.
That's
right. Mississippi Power.
Oh.
So Dr. Coffin Nails says, "Is it wrong that I'm sexually attracted to Ralphie's teacher from A Christmas Story asking for a friend?" Dude, this is the kind of question I love to get. Throw out there.
You do you.
Wait, I love the structure of his question. Is it wrong that I'm sexually attracted to Ralph's teacher from A Christmas Story asking for a friend? You missed the first part there, buddy.
Yeah. Oops.
Look, Dr. Coffin Nails, as you know here on this channel, we don't kink shame unless your kink is being shamed. But here's what
the fucking caveat at the end when you say that, I break out laughing every fucking time. I will never not laugh at that part. Just the pause, unless that's your kink. God damn it!
I mean, that's kind of how we operate on the channel, man.
Yeah, man. No, you ain't lying.
Yeah, it's like, look at ELE. Everybody love everybody. Everybody come hang out and shit. We don't need to spend 20 hours telling you what an open community are. Just come in here. We're all a bunch of weirdos like you. And if you're too weird, well, guess what? We're still not going to judge you. So fuck it.
Exactly.
Now, on the screen, you gotta love. Hold on. See, there's a fight going on in the chat right now.
It's like they can read our minds.
Well, there are fans, so they know what's up. We're all on the same boat.
This was the climate in our home earlier today.
Yeah,
I saw these both come in. I feel like it's time to. I was about to say you skipped one, but I feel like it was appropriate now that we have this other one.
Mm-hmm. So let's see. I can't go back that far to put it on the screen, but our buddy Justin Proper is a huge Back to the Future fan. He must have been listening. He says, "Happy real Back to the Future Day, the day Doc Brown invented time travel. Screw V for Vendetta. Back to the Future did it first."
Which is hilarious because as most people, think when November 5th rolls around, it's been pretty common to remember the 5th of November, the gunpowder treason and plot. I know of no reason the gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. Et cetera.
The whole thing. Yeah.
The Guy Fawkes Day. Oh yeah, it's a thing.
Britain.
The movie that's centered around November 5th, Guy Fawkes Day, which is an actual real day in the real world. So that's like a real day, you know. So November 5th is actually Guy Fawkes Day. Like that's not
In
like
Britain.
nerd people saying, "Oh, November 5th is Back to the Future Day," because that's when time. First of all, Back to the Future has a day already. This is Guy Fawkes Day. It belongs to Viva Vendetta.
Yo, Back to the Future doesn't have a day; it has a fucking week. Because from November 5th to November 12th, Marty's in 1955. And if you want to be like me, you can go all the way back to my birthday, October 21st, and celebrate. Today he goes to the future. You can even go back to September 1885. You can celebrate from September through November. Is all Back to the Future time. It's the time of year.
Now you're just getting greedy.
October is inventory time at Statler Toyota.
Now you're
Every
just getting
fucking day is Back to the Future day.
Read Sean's super chat, okay? Let's see what Sean has to say about
All
this.
right, Go Big Boar or Go Home says Justin Proper's wrong. V for Vendetta was released as a comic book in '82. Hold on, it went away. Shit. He did it. Wait, where'd it go?
It's down there somewhere.
Yeah.
It's gotta be there.
V for Vendetta was a comic book in '82, and it was based on Guy Fawkes and the Gunpowder Plot from 1605. First.
That's fair.
Yo,
That's first.
just because you're first doesn't mean you're fucking best.
But it also like I feel like you're just already you're gonna get so where you're like, it's just Back to Future season. October and November is Back to Future season. Said literally no one ever. To me, that's just like
I just said it. I'm somebody.
Guy
It
Fawkes
happened.
Day. It's Guy Fawkes Day.
Where are the
and it's
documentaries
great.
about the
All right.
fleet of people that make DeLoreans because they love the movie? You know what? A bunch of dicks go around on Halloween with those stupid masks on because they think it's wrong.
Dicks. That's what you're thinking with or something, because you clearly have a hard on for Marty McFly, which is the only reason.
No, it's Jennifer.
You're
You got bald ass Natalie Portman. We got sexy first Jennifer. Go take your bald Natalie Portman and shove it up a pretentious
even bald
asshole.
Natalie Portman is sexy. First of
Not
all,
compared to Jennifer one.
Second of all,
Bald Natalie Portman is
Jennifer
like
one.
regular Natalie Portman. Squirrely, little, and not my type.
she's fun in that movie.
No,
all right?
she's not. She's
fun.
not funny.
She's fun.
Natalie Portman went to Harvard, and the only word she doesn't know the definition of is fun. All right?
I clearly have not seen the Natalie Portman's Lonely Island.
I bought the album a decade ago. I can fucking perform it for you right now.
But Natalie Portman's no fun at
Natalie
all.
Portman isn't fun.
All right, you know what? Clearly, Cooler has common sense. Needs to deal with it. Justin, I'm going to invite you over on my stream so we can have someone talk rationally about Back to the Future. And Sean, if you'd like
Bunch
to come
of
over
dicks
too.
and Guy Fawkes masks.
and Sean, since you know, fair's fair. You know, you can come over and talk the rationality, the side of logic and reason.
Well, here's logic and reason right here. TLJ Screwjob. Yeah, first is the worst. Second is the best.
Yeah, that's what 3-year-olds say to each other. And third is the one with a hairy chest. Okay, so
I don't need to know about the chest
woo-hoo.
there.
I mean,
Natalie
if they're telling the truth.
Robert and Sean, if you guys are home and you have enough to drink to get you through Thirsty Thursday, let us know, because I am sending you the link right now. We will settle this.
I'll send the link in the chat right now.
We will settle
Yeah,
this.
fuck you. 007 clap. Marty's mom is hotter than Natalie. Marty should clap her cheek. It was like kissing her brother, bro.
Yeah. That would mess up the space-time continuum. You can't do that.
Yeah.
But Leah Thompson was way more attractive than Natalie Portman. So there you go.
She's still good looking now. She's still good looking now.
She sure is.
Okay, so Justin agrees.
All right, Justin's in. Sean, are you going
Sean-
to come back me up?
The game is on, dude. Sean screamed it.
Sean's ready.
All right, so
Fuck
guys,
yeah.
we're gonna drop the link in the chat right now.
I'm sending that link out to you guys. Get your beers ready.
We gotta-
beers. We're going to get our beers ready.
Dude.
They got to get their beers ready. 'Cause
Dion-
it's still Thursday, Thursday.
Dion, I need you to stay up tonight because I'll be drinking and fighting with this chick. All right. I'm gonna
Yeah, we sure as shit ain't gonna remember the 5th of November for no victory for Guy Fawkes.
Yeah.
Trouble,
dude.
maybe.
Oh, a shovel? What, to bury you?
Yeah.
I'll throw you over the 405.
Oh,
Throw me into the LA River. Joke's on you. It's 2 inches thick, deep.
Yeah.
I'll just lie there on the concrete.
Oh, anyway, Digital Lawyer Steve
Say
says.
that out loud. Go for it. I don't care.
What about your?
Yeah.
Go ahead. You
2 inches deep,
like your old boyfriend?
like my last boyfriend.
Ninja Lawyer Steve.
God damn.
God damn, that got spicy.
That's
Maybe you need to go Back to the Future on that motherfucker. God damn.
Yeah. Great Scott.
But you're still wrong about Back to the Future.
Find out on your stream or I'll prove you wrong. Ninja Lawyer Steve says, who gets the fans in the divorce? I do because I'm right.
All right, Mindless
That is
Mob.
a smart
Here.
channel.
So
Yeah.
my channel, we have the Mindless Mob. We'll see what they think. We'll see where
We
their
just-
convictions lie.
We have everybody, so I don't have a name for. That's our name. We're everybody. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show.
You know what? We are small, but we are mighty.
It is how it
Right,
opens.
Mindless Mob. They'll tell me.
Well, like my favorite wrestler, The Rock, I'm about to lay a smackdown on you
All right.
and your friend because
All
I got
right.
Justin.
Mindless Mob, drop your power fist in my chat. Pop over to if you're over in that, or when you pop over, to get in the link for Thirsty Thursday. Drop your power fists to show that the mindless mob may be small, but we are mighty.
Well,
Hoorah!
folks in the chat, don't apologize for wanting to bang Natalie Portman, by the way.
That's true.
I
I think she's cute.
Kyle McCrory, final super chat of the evening. Thank you, Kyle. He says, rumor is AT&T girl was creeped out by over-sexualized stuff on the internet and creepy fans. Not as comfortable with the spotlight anymore.
Can you
Fair
blame
enough.
her?
I mean,
fair enough. I don't blame her.
I mean,
No.
she's popped in and out of here, of the AT&T stuff, and come back and done a handful of other things. Like, I don't know. also, it's a pandemic. A bunch of lonely dudes out there. What do you want?
And most of them don't know how to talk to women. That's why they're lonely dudes.
So many people don't these days. It's true. Dude's thirsty for beer. Anyway, Nick, is there anything you want to tell the audience before we go?
Good luck
No,
and God
nothing.
bless. I don't know.
Kendo, Dion, anything you would like to say to the audience before we go?
Yo, Back to the Future to the Day I Die. Great Scott, motherfucker. That's heavy.
Amen.
Right.
bro.
Yeah, Back to the
Kendall.
Future, way better movie. V for Vendetta is a bunch of shit that takes 2.5 hours. You get nothing. It's just a fucking dickhead from the Matrix running around falling Natalie
Back to
Portman.
the Future is an American classic. All right.
Yeah,
You know
I've
what?
never. I can count the people on my. I can count everybody on one hand that says let's watch V for Vendetta. In fact, I only need 2 fingers for that. And then for Back to the Future, everybody wants to watch Back to the Future.
Look, I'm gonna quote my favorite line from Ghostbusters. So, folks, do me a favor. Subscribe to the channel, hit like,
Do it.
subscribe, all
Do
that
it.
fun stuff.
Do it.
But join us over on Jesse's stream because we're about to show this prehistoric bitch how we do things downtown. Ghostbusters and Back to the Future and every other movie that we've talked about on this channel is better than V for Vendetta. Any other bullshit that the mindless mob wants to elaborate on and tell us it's the greatest shit. Look, folks, it's the fight of the century.
That's fighting words.
You're about to be put down quick. So, folks, join
Mindless
us over
for a
there.
reason. They have to have one person tell them what to think.
Oh God.
Yeah, exactly.
Doc.